Oh, fuck me! Okay. Woo! Woo! Jedi Master Grogu with the posture check. I appreciate you, boo-boo. A rapier. Belt of Incredible Dexterity 4.
Who did such a thing?
LJ.
That's how I play, bro.
They're pieces of shit, aren't they?
Shit, contact. Ah!
Get me a shield if you guys take off without me.
Oh, I found him.
Get it, bitch! By the way, that was a tomahawk.
Oh, that's Grim.
That was a tomahawk. Oh! Dude, I heard the scream, was wondering where the hell it came from, and then out of fucking nowhere I get dive bombed. Oh my gosh. That was grand. That.
Got him. He's down.
Eat shit, bitch.
There you go.
You regretted
There's
that.
a headshot too.
Now there's a
Bugger,
guy
bugger.
on your left. Look down the left. Oh, hold up. Hold up. He's gonna be easier. He's down. Ooh, don't let him live. Don't let him live. Oh, that's beautiful.
Bitch! Hold on, I gotta... Okay, that was 62 meters for my longest. Oh!
Nice shot. We gotta move up a little bit. Is that down him or kill him?
Well, that killed that guy. Oh, I guess I killed both of them.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Just take cover.
Just take cover.
Where are they?
About 40 up the hill, and I'm out of fucking field. Shit, he's on me. God damn it!
Oh!
As well.
I need a sight for...
Though I need to update my card because I got a new one. Damn, I had to get a new one.
Holy
because it was
fuck,
running
you guys
out.
are
I was
moving.
like,
I was
fuck.
not paying attention.
Vehicle coming up behind?
What's up then?
Vehicle coming up behind?
Get him, Grim.
He's alone.
Oh!
You disgusting.
Rotating to the brick buildings.
Keep rotating up.
Yeah, take this hill. Hit him once.
Eat shit. Eat shit.
Hit him twice.
Eat shit!
Fuck it.
Oh, fuck me. I missed the building. Landed on them, but...
I'm fucking dead.
Really? No, you're not getting it. Why are you even asking?
Get brain, bitches.
We work in the dark to serve the light. Welcome to Grimster's Hideout.
That never gets old, to be really honest with you. It never gets old. Anyway, morning. It is now Monday. So we are back to Tyranny. I think we're like towards the end of the game. So I really don't think it's going to be like a full 6-hour stream today. It might be. I don't know. But if it's not, we'll just end it a little early today and then pick up tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to start a brand new game tomorrow or just like stream a little bit of the New World beta. Because I think I hit level 20 yesterday and I'm trying to get to like gladiator tier for my faction and stuff. It's really neat. But anyway, so if you guys missed Saturday, we did our episode 5, day 5 of whatchamacallit, D&D. Next week's is going to be a little out there, so if you guys are like into the role play aspect of D&D and not just strictly the fighting, I would definitely hop over there and check that out next week. We have to start off with me prepping the female member of our group to withstand one of the males that we're about to encounter, because like he's going to be way out there. So anyway, just tune in for that. If you guys missed it, it'll be on YouTube this week, so make sure you check that out too. Seeker, appreciate that lurk, man. Appreciate that lurk, dude. You're awesome. But yeah, if you missed it, check it out. It'll be on my YouTube. But yeah, other than that, man, we're getting into the last day or two of Tyranny. I'm assuming that we're going to finish it today because of the quests that I have. So I'm assuming it's not going to be a full day. So anyway, let's get into it, man. So we ended off with and we have like all the towers. Let's go to the world map. So anyway, we have all the towers, right? I don't even know what cacophony is. Alright, so we have Dawning Spire, Aurora Spire, Mountain Spire, Ocean Spire, and Sunset Spire. And then as you see, I can't go back to anywhere over here. I know it wants me to go to Iron Hearth and talk to Graven Ash, or go to the Bastard City and talk to Tunon and stand trial for my part in the tiers. But I also see this area for Cacophony. So I don't know like what exactly is about to happen here. So we're gonna figure that out, I guess. But anyway, yeah. So I'm only level 16. Barrack is 17. I think this dude sells stuff. Let's check. Well, I'd like to train. Yeah, nobody. I don't think anybody can train. Yeah, nobody can train. So what we're gonna do? Bleeding Mark sent us a message. Tunon also sent us a message. Tunon says, unless I am mistaken, and I'm very rarely mistaken, I detected in your words remorse, empathy. Though an admirable trait is wasted on the undeserving, one profits from fretting over the fates of the seditious, no more than one profits from the concern for the pain suffered by the murderer consigned to the headsman's axe. Kairos has branded greater lands than Azure with the lingering effects of edicts. We celebrate such destruction no more than we celebrate a verdict of guilt. There are no more and no less than the currency by which we purchase order and peace. Thank you for your response and continued service, Fatebinder. Rogalus. And then Bleeding Mark says, I will ask only once. Kid, I take it you're aware of the Overlord's latest decree. If not, let me give it to you straight. Now's a bad time to be an Archon of the Tears, since most likely I'll be the one to cut you down. I thought I'd first explain it's not my choice. But if it was, I would still choose to kill you. See you soon. Bleed Mark, Archon of Shadows in court. Wow. Arrange a meeting. Let's see. If I am to die by your hand, I would prefer it be in battle, face to face. Or would that be face to shadow? Regardless, at the risk of depriving you the thrill of a good ambush, I would ask that we meet in person, as peers, drawing blades openly. If it is, that is what it is to come to. On the reverse of this parchment, I've mapped for you a location in the wilderness. Let us meet and settle things there. I'll provide you 2 days to scout the location in advance, should you require. Send it. Ooh. Fuck. Alright, I sent it. Ugh. Finishing the last pen stroke of a note running about his left arm, Lanchi looks up at you with a nod.
Not to steal your glorious day in the sun, but I must say, now all my notes on you are suddenly worth 10 times their weight in iron. My journals will melt the linens off the ladies, I tell you. What's that you say? Buxom, nubile lasses with an interest in old men who know history. You need a definitive tractatus on the trials and tribulations of the Archon of the Tears. Well, you're in luck. I think one can safely conclude that you have the Overlord's attention, and that of the Tears. Soon, all of Taratas. You realize, I trust, I hope, that nobody other than Kairos has ever cast an edict until you.
Also safe to assume Kairos will try to solve me in some fashion.
At the same time, if you really were a meaningful threat, you'd have already been the victim of an edict, or bled in Mark's daggers. So this has me rather curious.
Blood and Mark's
what
already...
does the Overlord wish to do with you?
Blood and Mark's already sent me a message, bro. Get with the times. Happen to know when Kairos first cast an edict?
Good question. In parts north, it's commonly held that Kairos' Edict of Dust was the first, but it was cast in the year 11. It was just the first edict to ripple across the whole of Taratas. If you lived somewhere that used to have antelope, you probably think that's the first edict of the Overlord. But here, the answer is given to us by the Overlord's own sense of posterity. Year 0 of Kairos' calendar is said to correspond to the day Kairos went from warlord to wearer of many crowns. A victory won when the first Edict of Storms shocked both the Cloud Barons and the realm of Medrev to capitulate. Yes, or it was, at least, until they were all wiped out by the Edict of Dust. Or that's as best we've pieced it together from the records. From what we've gathered from their skeletons, they were some sort of mute beast man that ran on 4 legs.
Beast man?
Antelope are not like beast women.
Oh.
Antelope have hooves for fleeing. Beast women have claws for killing. Antelope don't eat meat, are spooked easily, are large but helpless, lumber but lack reason, are prey. Silverback tribe hunted antelope extinct. Old ink mystic tells many strange, stupid tales. Thinks to know everything.
I suppose I'm more of an expert in living things, like birds, and can't quite confirm or deny what you're saying, but just forget I said anything.
Are you sure history hasn't just edited or forgotten those who could rival the Overlord?
Well, I have a hard time believing that someone would cast an edict and not have it noticed.
Yes, but maybe a rival casts an edict, Kairos kills a rival, takes credit for the events.
As of now, I've seen with my own eyes that the Overlord is not unique in this regard. And I suppose you're all the evidence I need to throw suspicion on the record.
Yep.
Now, if you are right, that implies the Overlord has no qualms silencing and murdering those who pose a threat. In your case, at least my written record of you might survive. See? I'm being optimistic.
Nice.
Indeed. Once again, I find myself wishing the days and nights would slow down just a hair. Never enough hours to journal these dense days. Let us be on our way.
And Barrack. I can scarcely believe it. You proclaimed an edict. You wielded the power of the Overlord for a moment, perhaps, but it was enough to turn the tide of battle in our favor. That simply doesn't happen. The Overlord's magic is as unknowable as anything on Tyranny. As mysterious and, well, I was about to say as unapproachable as the spires, but you have cleanly dispelled that notion. It's gonna leave me in trouble first. Kairos doesn't tolerate competition. No, indeed, I wouldn't want to stand in your place when the day of reckoning comes, but standing next to you might prove just as dangerous. What do you suggest I do next? Hold fast to your loyalties in the Overlord's hierarchy. There's always a chance that Kairos will leave you alone if your fealty is true, but I offer no guarantees. That is what I would do, anyway. You must follow your own path. Okay. Alright, so the question is, let's look at the world map again. Where is it that I gave the dude 2 days for? I wonder if I can just wait. Yes. Received a missive from Bleeding Mark. Since it was you that asked me, why not? I could wait for the adjudicator's official order, but this seems much more interesting. Here's my condition. We meet alone, and we meet with our blades drawn, and no crying when I carve your eyes out. I've already scouted the clearing you indicated on your note. Arrive when you like, and I'll make my presence known. Remember, no tears, no begging. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay, so... this is gonna... He says, remember, no tears, no begging. Shit. Okay, fuck. Yeah. I might die here. Come on, overwrite the save file, bro. Thank you. Alright, let's go. Ashwield. You're gonna tell me it was faster to go down to the Ocean Spire and then back up? Your journey is interrupted by a messenger from the Mountain Spire, a short young man with a lank flop of dark hair and surprisingly full beard. The messenger bears bloodshot eyes and a nervous disposition. Ever since your issuance of the edict against your foes at Vendrian's Well, the courier tells you the Valley of Apex has been beset by an ever-increasing number of bane. The creatures seem inimical to all life, and their predictions have the people of Apex hiding in terror rather than tending the fields. If this keeps up, the land you've claimed will not be able to support your spire. Regardless of how rapacious your tax collectors become, the messengers ask what your orders wish to return to the spire. Inquire further. You press the messenger for more details. He tells you that there have been scattered banes sighted throughout the valley, but you're thickest around Vendrian's Well, Citadel, and in the mountains that ring the Old Dominion. They've attacked a handful of travelers and devastated livestock throughout the valley. Given the farms are still recovering from the conquest, the rise of Vendrian's Guard, and subsequent civil war between the Archons, it could be worse. It couldn't be a worse time for Bane to appear in the Apex. Okay. Lure the Bane away. Request aid from your ally. Let's request aid. Prepare a missive of your own, but which allies would you reach out against the Bane? Tunon. Okay, hold on. Hold on, guys. I'm luminous. So you address your missive to Nunaval, Fatebinder of War, in the Bastard City and request his aid in the Valley of Apex. You note that normally you wouldn't tax the Adjudicator's agents with such a menial task, but you thought he might enjoy the opportunity to set his mettle against the Bane. You suggest that Rogalus, too, may be interested in their study, and could certainly add to the surety of a victory over the arcane horrors. The messenger takes your missive and leaves to find a bird to Tunon's court. Well, I gained favor with Bleeding Mark. Dude, I'm at tier 4 with Bleeding Mark, too. Bleeding Mark was appreciative of your shrewd ways. Oh, God. So he likes me, but at the same time, he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you anyway, so... Yeah, that's great. That's just grand. This is the best. Okay, Bleeding Mark. What's up, bruh? Oh, look at all this. This tiny little map. Let's go here. Yeah, this is the map. I'm gonna go ahead and save just in case I need to run away like a child. It did tell me I have to come alone too. I'll tell my people to stand back if I have to. There he is. The dark silhouette before you coalesces into the form of Bleeding Mark. Daggers held in either hand. The Archon of Shadows steps towards you with a confident stride.
Fatebinder. No. Archon. Welcome back to Ashweald. You've been busy.
His eyes brighten with interest.
Let's end this.
He gestures you forward with a tapping of his daggers, a wide smile splitting his face. Oh man, we have to fight this guy. What level is he, I wonder? Well, he's got hella defense, man. Like hella defense. Alright, let me grab you and move you. Let me grab you and move you. What weapon set are you? Yeah.
That one right.
Okay, Bleeding Mark. Dude. Let's go ahead and have everybody do some of their good goods. Where's your fireball, sir? Fireball.
You got it.
Okay. I mean, honestly, this is going way better than I expected. Way better than I expected.
Pay attention, kids. You might learn something.
Okay. There's the bullshittery.
Let us take them together.
The trick is to keep twisting.
Well.
Yeah, and even Barrack is fuckered up. Let's go. Alright, so we're gonna start using some good.
Play.
How did I...
And now...
miss that?
And with him, we're going to do this.
On your knees, worm.
Nice. Nice. Alright, now I'm gonna take him and move him over here. Of course I got
wisdom is
hobbled.
finally catching up to my age.
Nice.
Pity you won't enjoy this as much as I do.
So we're fighting Bleeding Mark here. Bleeding Mark is a freaking Archon.
Hurts when I hit, doesn't it?
I got it. On your knees, worm! I will aid you.
Alright, so we do have a level up here, so let's go ahead and do this real quick. Wow, my strength is shit on this guy. We'll do spell cooldown. And then we'll go over here. Okay, so restoring touch. Let's go ahead and do that to him. Oh, hey-oh. That's cool.
Interesting. The trick is to keep twisting till you hear.
I have a fucking thing on me too.
Snap. Nice one, kid.
Flawless.
Alright, Bleeding Mark is not an easy target, bro. Golden, glowering eyes, wide with surprise, the Archon tumbles to the ground, coughing blood. As dark as the shadows that billow and ebb around him, he clutches at his shattered ribs and grins.
Look at you. The surprise of a lifetime.
He gasps, drowning as his lungs fill with blood. The light in his eyes dims as his pupils seek blackness. Expanding to fill the whole of his eyes, a look of meaning passes between you and his fingers digging into the ground.
Don't die too easily. Won't look good for me.
Oh, shit.
This brightness is blinding.
What? Oh, dude. Wrong button. This button. What is this? Heavy armor, iron. Minus 10% to all damage taken. Shift into a shadow version of yourself. While in this form, deal bonus arcane damage with each attack and gain bonus damage reduction. These effects scale with Binding of Shadows renown. What? Yes, please. I mean, that is honestly just badass. Not gonna lie. I mean, I'm wearing almost all freaking like I've got almost all artifacts on. It's kind of crazy. Cast shadows and the now still remains a lifeless dude. Well, we kind of just fucked Bleeding Mark up, so whoops. Whoops. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, I guess, at this point, right? We killed another Archon. Are we gonna go all the way and kill Kairos too? Trying to prep all my people first, man. Trying to prep everybody for what it's going to take to finish Tunon the Adjudicator off. Because I can only assume we're going to have to fight Tunon when he's like, I decree you to die. And then I'm going to be like, no, fuck that. Like, that's not what we're going with here. So, no thank you. You have acquired the Hierarchs Robes, which plus 10 to all magic skills. Okay, so let's go to him. And oh. And these plus 10 to all magic skills, right? The Ancient Archon Robes. Versus that, which now gives him aspect of nightmares, which is, let's see. Draw forth the form of a horrifying mask of energy. All enemies within a cone become terrified. Duration of the terrified affliction scales with the Hierarchs Robes of Renown. Yes. And then, oh,
as you command.
On. Then we go like this. We go here. And then we go to the Hierarchs Robes. We go ahead and upgrade. And upgrade, and now those are now Masterwork, so now he's got Masterwork Hierarch Robes. Now we got a Masterwork Shield. Masterwork Helmet. What else are we missing? Scarlet Fury armor. Sure, we'll masterwork that shit up too. Let's go. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good to press forward, man. I want to forge something. All right. Okay, so can you forge this yet? No. Nightwalker's boots. 10% perception distance. 2 trap. Staff of Cairn. Plus 2 might. Enemies in a target area take crush damage and are petrified, while allies in the area receive a buff to might, vitality, and resolve, as well as enhanced armor versus crush damage. These effects scale with the Staff of Cairn's renown. Okay. That's a spear. Reforged arm of Cairn. This fragment of Cairn's body has been imbued with an arcane strength. That's kind of cool. Pride of the Forgotten. That's a shield. Plus 40% damage when below 35% health. That's the only staff that I see, so we'll go ahead and forge that bad boy. I don't think I've got anybody that I really want to learn from here, to be honest. Show me what you have for sale. Yeah, nothing. Oh, hold on. Let me go ahead and sell my stuff. Yes. It's H. Here. Dude, look at all the artifacts. This is all the artifacts we have equipped right now. Like, this is crazy. This is a ton of fucking artifacts. So, we killed Bleeding Mark. Like, Bleeding Mark apparently really liked us. The Voices of Nearut hates us. Graven Ash likes us and hates us. And Tunon, we've almost incurred all of his wrath and all of his likes. So, let's see. So I have Travel to the Bastard City and Call to Arms. I really want to do Call to Arms first, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna kill the Voices of Nearut before we go to the Bastard City. But I want to go to my spire here. Yes. Yes. Like, I have to. I just feel like I have to fucking go to my spires before I go anywhere else. That's how I kind of always feel about it, so it is what it is, I guess. Alright, so Sage Garrus. What's the status of your research? What'd we get? Skycap, huh? Alright, Sage Garrus. Research. Oh, edicts. Hell yeah, dude. Blood Chanter stares at you with a vacant expression. Her head tilts. There's a note pinned to her chest. Read the note. The words are scrawled in big childish letters. We just adore you. You're home, Fruitbinder. Keep up the good work. Voices. Parchment bursts into flames and consumes it in an instant. Just kidding, Fruitbinder. I didn't mean to frighten you. Come ready for training. This fucking bitch. This fucking bitch, bro. Erastus. Alright, so how long? Forging Staff of Cairn, researching edicts, time short. Hell yeah, dude. Alright, so let's go to these other two. If it doesn't take long to research edicts, I might just rest, you know what I'm saying? By the way, guys, if you haven't played New World, I'm enjoying the shit out of it. It is definitely fun. What can you make? What have you made for me? Holy shit, okay. Sage Yofera. Oh, I did not realize that there was this little thing right here, too. Sigil of Selfless, huh? Inventory. Alright. So, accent that causes material force and guarded form spells to no longer target you, but they become more powerful and last longer when cast on your allies. Fuck me sideways. Okay, so Sigil of Life. Healing Aura, plus 3% health. So that is a 100 skill. Let's go with Strength plus 5% health. Oh, and that puts it at 160, and he's only 156. Alright, fuck. I don't know if there's anything that I can really make, to be honest, that's gonna, like, help me at all. I mean, technically I can make some of that stuff, and I don't really use it, so. Oh, I think I made this like a training spire. Which is kind of funny. I should have done the training spire first, only because it has like the best trainers. So, yeah. Trainer rice. Scarfist. Alright, Scarfist, what the fuck you got for me, bruh? Speak the word and we'll begin. I'd like to train. Okay. So what is Scarfist? Oh, he's Stone Sea Villagers. Okay. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. All right. So now I guess it's just going to my main spire and hitting that rest button. I wanna do these edicts, man. I wanna research some edicts. I want edicts that Kairos doesn't have. It's like everything that I do is at nighttime. Oh, look, research edicts complete. They completed the research. So, Ocean Spire. Yes. Yes. I have to. I have to go back. I want my research done. What's the status? What edict did I learn? Edict of Malediction? They found a ritual that may give insight to how Kairos commands powerful edicts. This information will unlock the precise wording of a previously unknown edict. Hey-oh. Research items. So I have a new edict. Heyo. I may cast an edict at Cacophony. That's what I may have to do. Just cast an edict at Cacophony. Because now Graven Ash is going to be like, hello, Archon. Archon of Spires, sir. Be like, listen here, fucker. Don't talk shit to me anymore. If you talk shit to me, I'll fuck you up. That's how this is gonna go. Alright. Oh, dude, they're in a different formation here now. Iron Marshal, Graven Ash, Merrick, Radix. Oh yeah, they're in a different formation.
If indeed Tunon's headsman has been dispatched, then I am spared a nightmare plagued by shadows. No one will mourn his passing. We find ourselves at an impasse. You are no Fatebinder to be shrugged off, dispatched, or underestimated. No, that time is over. You are an Archon.
He has fucking prepped, bro. You will treat me as such as from here on out. I only take orders from Kairos. More than that, I'm becoming as powerful as the Overlord. I'm something, alright.
Now that you are counted among the Archons, we are indeed equals. But I still require your help in this wretched struggle against the Chorus. That fact has not changed. I cannot pretend to have any ability to compel you, but I hope our alliance is one worth preserving. The voices of Narat must be executed. With his destruction, his leaderless mob will disperse throughout the tiers from which they came, and we will be free to subjugate this lawless realm. I expect nothing less than your report that the Archon of Secrets has been dealt with. Dismissed.
Do I deal with the Archon first? Because look at all of these fucking people here. Do I deal with the Archon of Secrets first and then come back and deal with Graven Ash? Because, like, that's a lot of people, bro. Alright, yeah. Yeah, because, like, boom, boom, boom. And then Merrick plus these guys, and then this guy, and then all of these fuckers back. Yeah, no. Graven Ass is a bitch. Gotta use all of his lapdogs. They're gonna be hard to kill, too. That's gonna be the problem. They're gonna be hard to kill. It's 4 against all of those people. And then I'm gonna have to kill Tunon, too. Because Kairos has declared that I need to kill every Archon here. I wonder if I can do... I want to go to my Spire first. Sunlight struggles to punch through the thick brown clouds, casting long shadows from the jutting spars of a wrapped bronze and iron that mark the blade grave. In the hazy distance, you can just make out the squared form of an iron hearth squatting high on the mountainside. You see the gray smear smoke against the sky before you reach the fissure. From the lip of the broad gully, you see a handful of what, at first glance, appear to be bonfires from the blackened skeletal limbs protruding from them. You guess that they burn on a fuel of human fat. The flames mark only a few of the bodies. However, dozens of corpses, perhaps more than a full 100, carpet the land below you. Investigate further. The sickly sweet stench of carrion assaults you as you pick your way into the crevice. From above, the bodies seemed a jumbled motley with no discernible heraldry. You realize why as you make your way among the bodies. Many wear only ratty leathers, only crimson sashes, or face paint marking them as conscripts of the Scarlet Chorus. For every 10 to 20 members of the Horde, you locate a brutalized, disfavored legionnaire. Their armor rent in dozens of places. Their wounds enough to kill each 10 times over. Merciful Kairos. Beric mutters, kneeling by one of the corpses. He touches one's forehead. Teluria. I almost cannot recognize you, sister. He looks at you. Archon. These soldiers died in service to the Overlord. They deserve better than to be left to the elements. Verse snorts. You planning on burying them all, big boy? Horde and Furies included. Don't be ridiculous, the Stone Shield answers. Everyone here died sworn to Kairos, right? She crosses her arms. If one deserves burial, don't they all? Aww. Seems the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus meet in battle here. You suspect that if there were survivors, they belong to the Chorus. The disfavored would not have left their fellows to rot beneath the open sky. Oh yeah, we get exhaustion. Increasingly gains a penalty to recovery over time during combat. Yeah. So. I don't even care. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest. Oh, yes. Yes, please. Yes. Yes. Alright, let's go to my Edict caster. Edict of Stone, Edict of Storms, Edict of Malediction. Will twist the strands of fate, causing misfortune and bad luck to plague your enemies. Yes, please. Plus minus 15 to all skills, minus 10% critical deflection, minus 10% hit deflection, plus 15 to all skills, plus 10% hit precision, plus 10% graze precision. Yeah, we're gonna issue that bitch. Alright. We have cast an edict, sirs and ma'ams. Alright, so delete this. Yes. Delete this. Yes. Delete this. Yes. And save. Oh, dude, I haven't saved since Bleeding Ash. Holy crap. That's not good, man. That's not good. Dude, that was a long time ago. Alright. So now that we got that good, we are going to go to Cacophony. I really want to kill both of them. I want to kill Voices of Nerit and Graven Ash. Like, I've been actually, I really don't want to kill Graven Ash, because this entire game, I've been, like, allies with him, so... Oh, dude, Staff of Cairn complete? Hold on. Let's go... March on Cacophony, defeat the Scarlet Course. What is he using for a staff? Oh, he's only using one that's plus 5 to all magic skills? Okay, hold on. Yeah, before we do this... Let's go get my staff. Yeah, we're gonna go get my staff. I'll march back to Cacophony in a minute. I mean, if I get another option that allows me to, you know, cast some cool shit with dude here, like, why not? Like, the staff that I have only gives me plus 5 to all my skills, so... Bink. Acquired Staff of Cairn. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. Oh, my staff is in here. Let's go ahead and do this. Do this. Upgrade that bitch. Upgrade that bitch. Okay. And then go inventory. Oh, dude. So my power is down to 1260. And now... I get less DPS, right? But I get, for some odd reason, I get might. So we're gonna go ahead and do it this way. Oh, let me have him make something else. Hold on. What do I want you to make? Can you make, yeah, oh, yes, you can't make that. Can't make that. Can't make that. Can't make that. Yeah, no, don't make me anything. That's cool. Is this one done? Are they done with their research? Are they done with their research? Dude, I can't help it. Like, I have to get all my artifacts. Like, I can't help it. Artifacts are baller. Gots to get the artifacts. And I mean, I lose 5 to all skills with dude, but I gain the artifact skill, so. Alright, back to Cacophony. You catch a hint of movement in the distance, little more than a shiver of shadow among the remnants of the village that clings to the edge of the pillar of stone. You remain far from both Halfgate and Cacophony, so it seems unlikely that settlers or soldiers lurk among the ruins. Perhaps scavengers, raiders, or a rogue pack of beastmen have made the crumbling buildings their home. Investigate further. Adobe homes cracked by the Overlord's edicts of stone and bleached by the sun rest in a loose semicircle around where you imagine a well or square once stood. Instead, the land ends abruptly, demarcating a plunge of hundreds of feet into the shadowed depths below. From the windows of several of the houses spills a faint violet light. Investigate further. You move quietly near one of the buildings, using it as cover to see within the next house, the near wall of which has conveniently collapsed. Within, you see a group of humans gathered around shards of azurelith, the pale purple crystals that appear throughout the stone sea in a wake of Kairos' edict. As you get closer, you can see that they wear the bare minimum of clothing necessary to preserve their modesty, and their skin bears lines of light that shimmer purple against the darkness within the home. Investigate further. The people within the squat buildings seem wholly unaware of you, their attention entirely on a shrine of collected azurelith shards that dominate the far corner. The lines of light on their skin seem to trace primitive ruins, which bear distant semblance to the markings beastmen sometimes carve into their skin. The people chant quietly, invoking Cairn, the fallen Archon of Stone, to restore their lands and deliver them from suffering. Speak to them. You step into the open and hail the group, inspiring a commotion of startled cries and the raised pitchforks. You offer your open, empty palms and consider what to say to them. How many rings to purchase those crystals from you? We would never sell the gifts to the man of the mountain. No amount of gold rings could convince us. What are you doing here? One of the villagers, a lanky man with stringy hair, steps forward. You notice that his skin seems dry and dusty, cracked in some places like the parched earth, the stone sea. His eyes shimmer with violet light, but it may only be a reflection from the azurelith. We commune with the man of the mountain. He grants us boons and protects us from the cruelties of this place. He shall come to us in time to save us from the Overlord's tyrannical yoke. The other villagers nod in agreement. Whether or not Karen could help you aside, you know that superstitious idolatry, I can't fucking pronounce that. Idolatry, yeah. It's wildly illegal, right? Eventually someone from Cacophony will wander this way. If the Scarlet Chorus finds you here, it won't go well for you. The man in the mountain shall protect us. Already he grants us favor. Whether or not Karen could help you, yep. The tall man, we care not for the laws of the foreign invaders. Yeah, enough. Taken by surprise, the Stone Sea denizens barely manage to raise pitchforks and falxes against you before you fall among them. Your superior training and mystic power entirely overwhelming the outmatched villagers. Blood spatters the wall and pools on the floor, running along cracks in the floor to be absorbed by the thirsty stone. It's over in moments, and you stand victorious over the corpses of the fallen. Take the azurelith. And what do I gain? Plus 30 magic defense. Launches an AoE ability when the target is crit. Yes, please. Fucking villagers, screw them. They're just trying to live their life, you know? Fuck it. Yeah, they're just trying to live their life, and I just come in there and wreck shit. Don't even care. Alright.
Come at me, grave meat.
On your knees, worm!
Consider it done.
I got it.
Pity you won't enjoy this as much as I do.
I need to level up.
That wasn't so hard.
Ooh, what is that? Minus 15% recovery time while has wounds. That's kind of slick. So at that point, you kind of let somebody die on purpose. Alright, so we're going to have to go this way. Is that who I think it is? Yes, the voices. So, okay, I want to kill everything here first. And then work my way up this way, kill all this, and then head up that way. So, we're going to kill all of them.
Trouble is afoot.
I also want to save...
I got it.
Oh, yeah. Nice. These guys really aren't hard at all, man. Like, if we're being honest. I think I over-leveled my first playthrough. What is this? Research items. Yeah, I think I over-leveled my first playthrough, to be honest. Enemies of the Scarlet Chorus who have not yet earned a spike are left to hang from the cliff walls until death comes. Oh, that's fucking messed up.
I am a shield wall unto myself.
Alright, dude. Just fight this one. Just fight this one. There you go. Just fight that one. And then I need you to go ahead and stab this bitch.
Grovel before me.
Once you get up, though. Alright, now stab this bitch. Stab her.
Praise bones and savor death blood. Slick on town.
And then do that.
I got it.
Yeah. I have wounds, so we're not doing the greatest since I have wounds right now.
Bleed out, you little shit.
Pay attention, kids. You might learn something.
I'm on fire, Ricky Bobby. Good shit. Alright. So the only thing that gave me wounds was one of these guys knocking me over, man. Like, that's the shitty thing, is one of these guys knocked me over and gave me wounds. Hey, dude, it's no problem, man. I get it. I get it. No, trust me, I understand. I understand, bro. It's all good. There's nothing to be sorry about. I understand. Plus, you hadn't slept, dude. You were fucking tired. Like, I get it. I get it, man. I just get worried when you don't sleep for like 2 days at a fucking time, man. You know? Plus, when you don't sleep People get cranky. It happens. It fucking happens. Yeah. Plus, it honestly didn't help. Oh yeah, no, dude, I get it. It honestly didn't help that I was sitting up here all day and my back was hurting, and it's because I don't like sit straight like I should, and it's because of this setup now that I can't sit as straight as I want to. So sometimes I end up hunching over, and I have to remind myself to sit up straight. And then since my back hurts, I end up projecting that too, because I'm an a-hole and it happens. Yeah. So I have to use this staff in order to get it to tier 2. Yeah, I have to keep reminding myself to sit up straight. Ooh, 7 toes. Let's go, bitch.
I am a shield wall unto myself.
Being over 6, I tend to hunch. Dude, I'm 6'2", and I hunch a lot, bro. I didn't used to, but I do now. Just stab him. Okay, now we can work on this.
You won't enjoy this as much as I do.
I got it.
Alright. Like, I'm not done with the game, just was done. Oh, yeah, no, I get you. Trust me, dude, I understood. I understood. You needed that break. Oh, dude, I didn't realize I didn't have a fucking secondary for him. I guess we'll put this on him. Oh, I guess I can't because I'm in combat. Let's go ahead and give him some... Oh, dude, look, my magic defense is shit. And his will is not that great. We'll go ahead and give him some will. And then, do I continue to go down this? Yeah, we'll give him the... Barrack and nearby defenders take reduced damage. Oh, dude, Barrack is, okay, so get this. Barrack has armor that has been stuck to him since the very beginning of the game. You can't unequip it either. Only Barrack can equip this. This item can be improved with the Spire, right? Barrack's Iron Shell is a disorderly fusion of rusted scrap from at least 100 warped breastplates and twice as many swords. Yeah, so there was an edict that caused all of this metal to fuse to him, and he can't get it off. So... Oh, yeah. Dude, the walk-on sound takes forever to play. It's funny. Yeah. But, yeah, it's fused to him, so he can't take it off or anything. And then... I forget, I didn't know at first that you could upgrade it, so I had to, go and force upgrade everything. So I had to go and, find all the shit to upgrade all of his gear to Masterwork so that he doesn't die super easy. He was going down quick. Yes, so get this. They actually had a discussion about him pleasuring himself and that it's really shitty that he can't do it anymore. So he can't pleasure himself or pleasure others, and he's really pissed off about it. He's just fucking furious. And apparently he smells of feces and everything else, he's just extremely stinky.
Right.
I'm not even kidding, dude. That went into a full discussion of everything that Barrack can't do. Now, he did go, and I'm not even kidding, he went to Tunon, who's the Adjudicator. He's an Archon, and he's the Justice Archon, and he asked Tunon to help take this off of him so he can equip regular armor. So there is a way to get this off of Barrack. But I kind of went with like the honor of my party members and what they wanted. And Barrick said since Tunon decided that it was Kairos' edict, Kairos is like the overlord of everything. Since he decided that it was Kairos' edict, and that's what made all this attached to Barrick, so there's got to be a reason that Kairos willed it, that he refuses to help Barrick take it off. So I went to Barrick and I was like, hey, you know, I can find a way for you. And Barrick was like, no. Tunon said no, so I'm not going to do it. And I was like, all right, fuck it. So I figured this playthrough, we'll go ahead and allow him to keep his armor. And if I play it again, I will find a way to take it off. I like sticking with, like, my first decisions on the first playthroughs of anything that I do, you know? So, that's essentially what I did. Hey-oh. I stuck to my first decision. What's this? Nothing. So we have... Oh, dude, that gives me +2 armor. Nope, it minuses accuracy. I'm not doing that. Yeah, but I really like sticking to my first. -15%. So if I have wounds on him, if he goes down, I get -15% recovery time. That's honestly not terrible. Yeah, on the first playthrough of anything, I enjoy sticking to my first decision. So if my choice is to kill everybody, then I want to stick to that. I want to kill everybody. If my choice is to help this guy over that guy, then I'm going to stick to it. Like, I decided early on that I was going to help Graven Ash. So I stuck to helping Graven Ash this entire game.
Pay attention, kids. You might learn something.
And now what's funny is,
Will do.
What's his face? Kairos has declared that we have to kill, that all the Archons of the area have to kill each other. And my dude is now technically an Archon, so it's gonna force me to kill people. Essentially. Yeah, it's gonna force me to kill the Archons. So I'm gonna try not to. Like, I know I want to kill Voices of Nirot, who I'm about to go face here in just a second. I know I want to kill him. But I really don't want to kill Graven Ash, who's been my ally this entire game. Oh, heyo. I think I masterworked my helmet, so yeah, I did. So it would have honestly been better. Oh, dude, it matches my armor. That's so shitty. It matches so well, too. That's fine. I'm not gonna lose the 1 armor just because it matches. Alright, so we're about to kill Voices of Nirot, so I want to save first because there's a rest spot here and I really don't want to rest because I don't want to lose all of my bonuses. Plus, I didn't use any of my fuck, what are they called? Artifact abilities. I have, dude, look at all these artifact abilities. Holy shit. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 5 artifact abilities with him. I have 2 artifact abilities with him. I have 3 artifact abilities with my caster, and I think I've got 2 artifact abilities with her. Yes. So we have all these artifact abilities to take and use against the Voices of Nirot. Pelox has been spiked through his rear. A degrading display meant to... Oh, hold on. Alright, Pelox has been spiked through his rear. Degrading display meant to demoralize any surviving Vendrian guard that may catch word of his fate. Thick, dried lines of mucus run down his armor, a gift continually delivered by Horde soldiers with bitter memories of the Apex campaign. And then Sybil, the once defender of Echo Call Crossing lies before you. It is difficult to tell where her fiery red hair ends and her injuries begin. Through the layers of blood, with all the wounds she sustained, a good number of them appear to have been made after her death. Whew. Okay. What's up, Nerit? You ready to die, bro?
Your campaign ends here, maggot of unreason. We have no intention of joining the uncounted corpses littered in your path.
Oh, you're going to, though.
For all the fealty to the Disfavored, has the Archon of War ever set you above his northern inbreds? No. He would have sacrificed you 10 times over to save some brain-dead grunt from stubbing his toe. We could have been magnificent together. But instead, we will have your bones fashioned into a scepter, your skin knotted into a belt, and your tongue fed to crows. At least crows know the meaning of respect and gratitude.
Alright. I'm going to attack and tell him you talk too much, Archon of Flatulence.
We love a good verbal sparring. But the time for obscenity is past. Fatebinder of reeking discharge.
Fucking love it. Oh.
You aren't worried that this is a bit hasty? Not that I won't come along for the experience, but no one has challenged the Archon of Secrets and survived. I hope you'd thought this through.
Hesitation. This isn't the verse I know. Is this where you betray me verse? Your input is singularly useless. Stand down. He's never been more vulnerable. This is our only chance.
We've
hesitation.
both been here before, haven't we? I'm right back to the day when my sisters died in front of me, only this time I'm truly afraid. Maybe my idiot brother has something to do with it. The last time this happened, I froze. Now I'm more afraid of what happens if we attack.
I forgot to tell you, Barrick is Verse's brother.
Listen to her, Fatebinder. She shows wisdom beyond her years.
The Voices of Nerat is a terrifying, centuries-old mastermind, and neither of us have been around as long as him. That point seems worth emphasizing. I really, really hope you understand that he's going to hurt us.
It's true. We promise.
It's true.
If you're up to it, then I'm with you. I've killed my share of gang bosses, and it doesn't take a genius to know when a leader is flagging and needs to be replaced. No offense, Archon.
None taken, wretched girl. We have never been more proud of you than at this moment. You are everything the chorus strives to become.
I love it, dude. Shall we end his miserable existence together, Verse? I think I can take him, but only if you're with me.
Sounds like a plan to me, boss. I'll sleep a lot better knowing there's one less parasite in the world.
Shall we end his miserable existence together?
Our little spy is right about one thing, you know. You're going to die, screaming. But your awareness will live for eternity, suffering within our magnificence. Attend to us, darlings! There is more than one way to skin a Fatebinder, and we will show you as many as possible.
And he readies to attack. And we freeze. Oh,
Come,
we don't freeze.
Gather around and watch us destroy the Fatebinder.
I know. I love this guy, dude. So, oh shit. So honestly though, if he wasn't an enemy, like if I would have chose a little differently at the start of this, like if I actually gave a shit about the chorus, then I would have been on his side this whole time. But I chose the side of the soldiers, the warriors, and decided to go against the Voices of Nerat. So, like, I love the way that he acts and the way that he talks. I love it. But at the same time, I stuck with my first choice, and I went with Graven Ash over him. So, yeah, it's one of those things, man. Wait, are they not gonna fight?
You see what I see?
Oh, okay.
Pity!
I was about to fucking say, are we not gonna, like, fight this guy?
You won't enjoy this as much
We are
as I
gonna,
do.
like...
Keep your filthy hands off me!
Well, let me grab you to kill that one. Let me grab you to kill that one. Alright, Barrick, we're gonna start using your stuff here. Boom! And then we're gonna go ahead and do this. And then with him, I'm gonna go ahead and have him cast this one. I'm gonna go ahead and have him... Wait, what is this? I think this is everybody in the area, too. I need to move her up. There we go. And then with Verse, I'm gonna have her cast her shit that gives me...
Crap!
Oh, okay.
Wait, I did that? Nice!
Okay. That works. And let's get him over here to cast another one. Shadow's Embrace. Barrick, I need you to go ahead and hit him with this. I need you to go ahead and get closer. So from there, and then try to hit him with this.
On your knees, worm!
Fuck. Oh, dude, he teleported right as I used it, too. That's shitty. I need you to get your ass over here. There we go. And then go ahead and hit him with this shit. You're gonna heal both my frontline warriors.
At once.
Can we stun him? Yes, we stunned him, dude. Hell yes. Let's go ahead and do this. I honestly didn't think we'd be able to stun him.
Nothing stands in our way.
Steadfast. Come on. Yes.
Had enough of us. How about a little more?
Alright, let me get my tank over here to fight this guy.
Smash to pieces.
Good job, Barrick. Good job. Pick it up. There we go. And then I'm gonna swap places with Barrick. Swapping places with him gives me and him more strength and everything else for the remainder of the fight, so it actually helps out quite a bit. Now, what's really cool is the arrow storm ability. She goes pop with arrows, and then he shoves all the arrows out. It's really fucking cool.
You insignificant little morsel. We would have a word with you.
Oh, dude. You know what? Say what you
Whatever the
want.
thoughtless rabble may whisper about this moment, don't delude yourself into thinking you are powerful, that you matter, or that someone out there isn't greater still.
I am pretty fucking powerful. That's the second Archon I've killed now.
We came from nothing. Our deeds defined us to the people, and the people knew us as a monster. Did you imagine we were always flames, voices, and secrets? Think on that. You Archon of misguided decisions.
I'll heed your words, Archon.
At least you know the value of good advice. That will take you farther than any beaten trail, and it will bite deeper than any crude weapon of iron.
Something about this strikes the voices as funny. He begins to laugh. Short bursts develop into violent, uncontrollable spasms of insane joy. The voices lets his hands fall from his robes. The very flames that defined him as a shapeless being whip into a frenzy, consuming him as they burn. You hear a distant, incoherent chorus of screams in the back of your head, but as quickly as it rises, it fades to silence. The Archon of Secrets is extinguished before your eyes.
No! Not like this! We were so close!
Okay, so what does he drop, though? Shit, I guess that just happened. Good thing I'm still part of the gang, right, boss?
So much knowledge was in that hive of a creature.
Yeah.
If Narat weren't such a wanton monster, I'd almost shed a tear for his passing. Just think of how many tomes his minds could have filled. Though I suppose most of it would have been sketches of torture and fornication.
That's true. That's true. Is that thing finally dead? I'm actually asking because it was difficult enough to tell that he was alive. Okay. Oh, shit. Wait. All the chorus members are cheering. Oh, dude. Hey, wait, what is this one? +1 quickness. I'm gonna give that to Verse.
No reason to tarry.
Bodies of disfavored commanders are proudly displayed behind the voices of Nereid's throne. Alright, so... let's see. I go to her, go to use, yes, and then... so, okay. Gentle touch. Masterwork. The voices of Nereid's curved and serrated blade is elegant in spite of its wicked appearance. Alright, cool. And then this, I think, yep, it's a fucking artifact. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this.
Shiny. I like it.
Yes. So now she's wielding the voices of Nereid's weapons. On weapon crit damage 19 to 25 random. Raise final scream into the air and unleash a chaotic explosion of energy. All nearby enemies are pushed back, dazed and confused. Duration of affliction scale with the final scream's renown. Okay, so here's the question though. So I'm wielding this, which gives me 10 parry. This is a defender sword, essentially. The primordial blade Numera turns its victims' shadows against them, wrapping them in their own darkness and weakening them to the sword's ephemeral edge. The time the target remains afflicted by this power scales with its renown. So what I'm kind of wondering is this. What if I take this weapon? You must unequip the shield before removing the primary. Okay, so unequip this. Unequip this, right? And then go to her. I've got this other sword here. Let's put that here, right? So now let's take this off. Let's take this off. What if I give her this sword and this sword? Fucking dual wielding. Okay, look at this. She's dual wielding artifacts that are just completely and utterly maxed out. So she gets to dual wield these artifacts. Dude, you know how deadly she would be right now if I had her on the front line? Like, she would be insane. Her bow is 22 to 24, right? And each of these is 17 to 22. With, and they gain slash and pierce, whereas the bow only has pierce. So if I put her on the front line with 2 fucking artifact weapons, that would be insane. And then I give him the staff there and his shield back, right? So now I get to wield the final scream, right? And I can push back all the enemies around me. So the question is, do I do it this way, or do I do this way? I think I should do it this way and give him this defender sword, give her this. So now she's Voices of Nereid out, and then give him back his defender sword and give him the defender shield. And then the question is, do I have her fight up close now because she's got these crazy fucking weapons? And she can daze everybody around her. This is the tough choice, man. Let me go ahead and put these weapons back on her. Or back to her area. It's a tough choice because I have her as ranged right now. Oh, dude, the Scarlet Chorus. Oh, what's this? Spurting Blood. You killed Havoc inside the Lethian Crossing old walls. The Final Scream. The two-faced bronze mace wielded by the voices of Nird until its defeat. The open eyes and screaming mouths flicker with embers of green flames. So, I still have to do the final judgment. Wait, why are you hurting yourself? What the fuck is she doing? You know, sometimes she does this, and I just don't understand why. Because I don't have anything on that's going to make her hurt herself. There we go. Yeah, like sometimes she just straight up attacks herself for some reason. Oh. Oh shit, hold on. Most of the chorus is gone already. It didn't take long to see who was going to come out on top. Not many of the chorus stayed. To discredit, the voices sure knew how. Okay. I want to, like... Not many of the chorus stayed. Blood Chanter Camp, Scarlet Fury Camp. Okay. I do see that there's this rest spot, but I don't want to rest just yet. Okay, most of the course is gone. Okay. So what I do want to do is I know for sure that I want to go to my spire first. But then I'm going to have to go back to Iron Hearth. I want to go and rest at my spire essentially before I go to Iron Hearth and deal with Graven Ash. I say deal with, I want to talk to him and see if there's a way that we can come out of this without killing each other. Yeah, no, that's a no for me, dog. I'm not going to train him in unarmed combat. But can train him in that. Okay, so we rested. I'm almost level 17. Let's go ahead and save again. So we've killed the voices. We've killed Bleeding Mark. We have technically finished off the Archon of Stone. So that's 3 Archons down in all technicalities. Okay. A group of youths about a dozen years of age are at play just outside a ramshackle farming village. 3 of the youths wield crude knives and axes carved from solid planks of wood. They face off against a team of younger children with scraps of brightly dyed cloth tied to wrists, ankles, and necks. They eagerly volunteer that they are playing Bane and Raiders. It's a local variation of a game played by children all across Teradus, in which the armed children attempt to sneak some small treasure, in this case a shard of well-polished clay, out of an area designated the Old Walls without being caught by the opposing team whose members portray the Bane. Knowing that such games tend to be most popular in areas where Bane have recently prowled, you ask the use if there have been any recent sightings. They excitedly inform you that just last week a farmer heard their howling and saw their glow from the direction of the nearby Old Walls. You soon find yourself in the shadow of the towering ancient edifice of the Old Walls. Continuing along their length, it's not long before you make out the sounds of your quarry. A series of low, grim, wholly unnatural growls punctuated by the constant pops of electrical discharge. Soon, you make out the glow of the Bane, a pulsing miasma of wisps, their forms almost indistinguishable from one another as energies crackle among them, backlit by the hateful red glow of a pair of scourges. I don't ignore Bane. I fuck all the Banes up. Okay. Come on, Bane. Where are you at? There you are. You guys die first. So what's really cool is her main Eternal Flame, or her main skill, this. Oh, dude, look at all these. Fuck yes. This one, Chromatic Arrow, is technically used against the Bane. Oh, shit. Hold on. Fire that bitch off. There you go. But yeah, it's used against Bane and not against anyone else. So
grovel before me.
Look at all the people. One per rest. One per rest. One per rest.
See that? I'm not entirely useless.
I don't want to rest again, so.
You learn something every day.
Nice. There we go. Alright.
Oh my.
Nice. Alright, so what are we going to put his attribute to? 20, 19, 10. Spell strength. Okay, we're going to go with accuracy and armor deflection. And then I really wish I could get down to here, but we're at 7 points and I need 2 more. What up, Lorthon? What's up, man? I've been good, dude. How about you? I kind of want to redo my points.
Yeah.
Been okay, kind of absent lately due to mother's health, but slowly getting more time for Twitch again. Dude, that always sucks, man. That's why I moved back to Florida, is because my mom's health was failing. But yeah, dude, I get it, dude. You gotta take time for all the personal stuff, man. You really do. You really do. Kind of want to like. I hope everything gets better for you, man, because that shit sucks, dude. It really does. I would always say you need to take care of family shit before you ever take care of internet shit. How's the D&D going, by the way? I saw you live with some of it the other day. Did not get the chance to pop in. Dude, we're having a fucking blast, man. We are having a blast with our D&D group right now. Next week we're introducing a new character. We have another player now, so we're introducing him next week. His name is Iggy. I really don't know a whole lot about him, so like I don't want to know about other player characters until we meet in the game, if that makes sense. So I don't know a whole lot about him at all. I know that the start of next session, it's going to be mainly me and two of the players talking back and forth, like as characters, getting prepared for something that we're about to do. Yeah, that's essentially. It's really hard for me, considering this is my first one, to not think about meta stuff, like meta stuff. I've been trying so hard not to, and sometimes it just kind of comes out. So it's really hard sometimes for me. I mean, especially since it's my first time doing it. So, but yeah, for the most part, though, I think I've been doing fairly well. But when we start next session, yeah, human, yeah, exactly. The next session, I have to talk to our other two player characters. We all have to like sit down and actually talk as characters and prepare for what's about to happen, because we're about to try to train a bunch of eccentric recruits from one of these guilds that we're you know, working for. So, and one of them is like a sex addict, and we have a female member of our group, and it's going to be rough because he will use magic against her to try to get his way. So we got to kind of like reinforce her and try to use one of our other characters. Yeah, dude, it's going to be rough, man. But it is going to be a blast. So there's going to be a lot of shenanigans going on immediately on next week's session, and it's going to be fun. We had people just dying laughing with some of the shit that was going on with last session. We haven't done a whole lot of fights here recently either, because like there hasn't been any encounters. Like we haven't run into anything because we've been on main trade routes. We've been going city to city on main roads, so we really haven't had a whole lot of encounters. And then the first like 2 or 3 sessions was just combat heavy. So right now it's all lore based, finding out more about the world, the people, the places, and going on our first quest, so to say, like actual quest. So it's pretty slick, man. And apparently we kind of went off track, and like the DM, Xantame is our DM, Xandor 101 in chat, and we kind of went off the beaten path of what he had planned for us. And he's like, dude, he had to improv so much shit, and it was just grand. Like, now I see what he means and what everybody means when they say you make a campaign and then expect your players not to go with that campaign at all. And I'm like, now I understand. I now get it. Yeah. So, but yeah, he's having a blast as a DM too. And we also don't know, there's a bunch of characters that we're about to train, so they're gonna like become part of the party for a while, but they're not player characters. But we don't know if we're going to, as players, like play those other characters or not. So that's something that we have to discuss as well. Whoa, damaged metal. Oh, okay. Because they're not technically PCs, but they are NPCs. Make a plan that is for the plan, then throw the plans out the window and start over. Make a plan, execute the plan, expect the plans to go off the rails, and then throw the plan away. I've been playing for over 30 years, man, and every time I DM, expect the party to get there in the end, but they will go, right. Fucking right. I am learning an awful lot right now because I plan on DMing my own campaign, and I told Z that before I ever DM'd my own, I really wanted to play a couple or play for a bit before I did DM my own campaign. So over the next like 6 months, I want to start writing out like the basic background and backstory for my campaign. It's gonna take me a while because we're having a baby in a few months too, so I don't want to start it like right as we have the baby. I want to wait until a few months afterwards and then start my campaign, because we need things to calm down with the baby first. So for the first 6 months it's gonna be like fucking hectic, which means my streaming schedule is probably gonna be shit too. So just to give you guys a heads up, brand new baby boy, it's gonna be hectic. Plus I I have to like take the baby every time my wife wants to work. So like, and she works a lot. So we're gonna have a stream baby as well. So we may just be sitting here chatting while I'm holding, you know, a little bundle of mess and happiness there. So that's awesome, man. I hope you get to it. Let me know if you need any help at all. More than happy, dude. Awesome. Are you even in my? Are you in my Discord, bro? Like, we need to get in Discord together and fucking, you know, chat it up about things, dude. I do have a Discord, man. Yes, Discord for sure. I appreciate that, man. So I'm going to add you to the D&D. All the D&D channels are hidden from regular people's. I have to overhaul my whole Discord server, so I will add you to the D&D group in there. And yeah, dude, Xantame has got like what are you like 20, 30 years of experience as well in D&DZ? Because like you're learning 5e with me because you're mainly, I think, 3.5 and below. Yeah, so Z's got a lot too, and he's the one that's DMing right now. But yeah, dude, the world that we have built is going to be a persistent world. So every campaign that we build is going to be based in this world, and there is a lot, man. And here, like, I'm going to show you real quick, because it's not going to take the whole 6 hours to do this stream. So this is just city maps that I've built so far. Why isn't it loading the way that it's supposed to load? There we go. These are city maps that I've built so far, and this is only one territory, man. Like one territory for city maps. This whole fucking thing is our map, our world. This whole thing is our world. He and I, like, me and Z sat down and built a world from scratch. Now, I will tell you, most of the world idea and most of everything in the world has come from Xandor. So, like, this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to make persistent campaigns in this world. Right now, our party has only been in the Commonwealth of Freedom, and we've only been in Satbury, been down here to, I think it's like free something. And then we've only traveled, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We've only been to 5 places, five different places, and that's it. 5 different cities. So there's so many cities, so many towns, so much lore in the world, man. Like, so much shit still to do. I don't think in our first campaign we're going to explore even a good fraction of this world. There's so many campaigns that we can do with this one world setting because of how much people aren't going to be able to see everything in one go. So if we're able to do multiple campaigns in this one world, then it's going to be amazing. Like, we're just going to, like, oh yeah, we're going to have so much fun. Like, this whole world right here, where it says New World, this hasn't been explored. We have nothing here. There's nothing. So say a player wants to go around and explore the map, and they somehow happen here in New World, right? Well, there's like hardly anything here. I think we have one town, which is this Mostar area. That's it. That's all we have. So say a player wants to spend a couple years here building up, you know, a basic settlement. Well, they can. Like, the way that he and I are going to do it, and he's literally showing me how to do, like, the monotonous stuff in D&D as well. So if you want to, you can be a farmer. You don't even have to go out questing. You can just fucking farm the entire time you're playing. Like, it doesn't matter. You can farm if you want to. Gotta get mother sorted for a doc's appointment. Pop me a message when we can talk, man. Love to talk more, but now it's not. But now, time is not. Yeah, no, dude, I get it. I get it. Hell yeah, dude. I appreciate you joining the Discord, and we will definitely talk some more, man. There's a lot to talk about. Go take care of your mom, man. Hopefully she feels better.
I see no fresh blood on your armor. but I sense that something has happened. Where once many congregated, there is now an absence. That can mean only one thing. The voices of Narat is no more. Can this be true?
Yes. Before he can go on, Ash's shoulders tremble and he clutches one arm to repress his shaking. He squeezes his eyes shut, only to open them once again, his composure restored. I'm at a level... Oh, shit, dude. Are you well, Archon?
Enough, damn you.
Ooh.
Oh. Forgive me, Fatebinder.
I don't really want to fight all these people.
Suffice to say, this war has taken its toll on me, as have all the battles of centuries past. I have lost more friends and countrymen than any sane general could be expected to endure.
His grimace falls as he lacks the strength to maintain
I take
it.
each death personally, you understand. Down to the rank and file of my stone shields, the harm inflicted upon my northern sons and
hell
daughters.
no, that's not fun.
At times, it seems visited upon me as well. But never mind an old man's ruminations. You have a report to make, and I am anxious to hear it.
He makes an effort to stand tall, but you know it's a facade that cloaks his waning strength. His eyes twitch as he recognizes your scrutiny. As well as you know anything, one fact is clear. Ash is in pain. I destroyed the Archon.
The Scarlet Chorus are undone. We can properly conduct this war and subjugate the Tears as Kairos intended. That I can see this day, while the voices of Narat grows cold. He would never forget this indignity. Considering how much you've managed to subdue the disorder of the Tears, finalizing our conquest in Kairos' name should be little more than tidying up pockets of discontent. We could have the entire realm subdued under the laws and customs we hold dear within the next span.
We still have to settle the matter of Kairos' decree. Only one Archon may rule the Tears.
Yes. I thought we would come to this. I had hoped to avoid the confrontation. Your service to my army has been exemplary, and I hate to lose a friend on the eve of victory. I knew you as Tunon's pupil, but now you are an Archon, and so much more. I would see you continue in your service to Kairos, but as my ally rather than my enemy. Bow in allegiance to me, and Kairos will be appeased. We can govern this lawless land together, and invite the savages into civilized custom.
Yeah, I'm not bowing to you.
I was afraid this would be your temperament, and it saddens me. Power should have humbled you, but it has made you vain. What do you propose, then? Will we fight to the death needlessly, or will you reconsider my offer?
There's another way. You can bow to me.
A proposal as insulting as it is laughable. You are an Archon in your infancy, unproven, untested, and unprepared for the trials of leadership.
Submit. I have proven myself the true general, and your army is mine to command.
Yours? By what possible right? By what mad ambition do you challenge my...
The strength behind his words falters, and Ash goes silent. His brow creases, and the severity of his expression diminishes as he looks to the soldiers around you. The countrymen he proudly marched into war, he studies them, each in turn, nodding as some unspoken truth is confirmed. I fought at their side while you barked orders from afar. They're mine, in all but name.
I am not ignorant to the wisdom of your words. They pierce me like a lance through my heart, but there is truth. This conquest has opened old wounds. At times, I have not acted like the leader that my army deserved.
That's correct.
I was an accomplished warlord in the earliest days of the Empire. There was no fortress I couldn't breach, no distance I couldn't march. But the years have reduced me. I care too deeply for my legion to see them suffer. I lost nearly everyone for whom I cared, and suffered for those I sought to protect. I would not wish this for anyone.
Nice.
I submit to your authority as Archon and Master of the Disfavored. Where you lead, I go. Where you command, I follow.
A wise choice. The Disfavored will see their honor restored under my rule. Yes! Yes! I fucking control the Disfavored now. They're mine. Bow to me, bitch.
Fatebinder, you have proven yourself a truer general than I ever was. I relinquish my hold over these women and men, and place them in your keeping. I ask only that you be good to them. They are far from home, and deserve treatment and leadership befitting their noble blood. I submit to you. As your Archon, I will obey your laws, carry out your orders, and protect whatever ways of life you see fit to impose on the tiers and beyond.
Nice. I just had an Archon bow to me.
You carry a heavy burden now. It is no small task to lead a legion. Their lives and their deaths are yours to bear. At times, the strain was too much to bear, even for the likes of me. Devotion claims a heavy toll, and over the years it wore me down until... Fine, fine. Ignore an old man's wandering mind. You are yet young, with the world laid up before you. Your soldiers will look to you for guidance. You must be ready to take on any challenge on their behalf. Lead by example. Lead with the iron fist of the Disfavored.
I will do everything in my power to deserve this honor. All right. Hell yeah, dude.
The time has come to bring glory and triumph to this conquest. Go now, and bring order to what remains of the tiers. I will stay behind with the army, training and preparing to carry out your will.
I can hardly believe it. You are the great general now. I will adore Ash to my dying day, but I never expected to see him bend the knee. A gang of your very own to order around. That's damn impressive. Even if you consider they're a bunch of ironclad northern crybabies. Give me a fortnight and I'll whip them into shape. As your general and Archon, I demand obedience and supplication. I will make the Disfavored proud.
I can pass on my authority with a lighter heart. Remember, Archon, it isn't enough to slay your foes by the thousands. You must always remember why you fight.
Dude. Yeah. You have gained the loyalty of the Disfavored. So, if I come here... and I go to Disfavored... Oh, dude, straight up loyalty. Yep. So, I wonder if now that I own them... if there's different things here in the shop. Because I know that he said that since I wasn't technically a Disfavored, there were things in the shop that he couldn't give to me. Is it Archon or General from now on? I'm honored to serve under you, General Fatebinder and Archon. All titles you have earned without question. You bring glory to the Disfavored. I'll be on my way. Okay. So I guess not. I guess there's nothing there for me. Let's go over to this guy. Fatebinder, or should I say, General. It will be an honor to follow you into battle. With 2 Archons leading us, victory is all but assured. Okay. Yeah, so... I'm a beast. I made an Archon bow to me. I did it without fighting him, too. So, see, my loyalty stayed true, because I didn't want to kill Ash. I never wanted to actually kill him, but I wanted to see if I can make him submit, and I definitely did. So... Oh, Z, I forgot to tell you. I have full steel armor now. I don't have steel weapons, but I do have steel armor. And you can't use steel tools until you hit level 20. I found that out last night too. Because I made myself a steel pickaxe and a steel collector thingy, and I tried to equip it at like level 19, and nope, not at all. We did farm for a little bit more last night, but we didn't like go crazy. I was doing stuff more for our faction because I want to see like more of the faction stuff, and I have made it to where I can actually get to gladiator rank, but I have to kill a level 25 enemy, so it's going to be a little tough. But I'm going to try it this afternoon. Whoa, what is that? Recipe sable rod. Okay, sable root. And he has nothing else to do, so... Alright. Show me what you have for sale. I don't think I've got anything that I can sell. I do not, but I want to see what this is. Ash's Favor. Plus 5% health while has wounds every 6 seconds. What? Okay, I think that's going to be a better choice for him. And then she's got a quickness one and a lucky one. And then he's got Blood of the Fallen, which I've never used. And 10 to control life, so probably going to go ahead and put this on him, because I've never used it. I know one of these guys trains lore. Yeah, go ahead. I know somebody trains lore. I just don't remember who it is. Is it... I think it's Fila. I think it's Fila. Yep, see? Now, I wonder what spells... Okay, so I'm at 89, so I wonder if I can do this and this. Nope, that's 100 minimum. Okay, what about the rock and that? That's 80. Okay, slick. So I'm going to assign that. Yes. And then what about... Oh, nope. What core is that? Illusion? Okay, so what about Frost? Negative... Force? Weighted stance. Okay, and then... Fire? Mantle of Flames. He's not quite there yet. He's only at 74. We already did Stone. What about this one? Aura of Fear. And then Vigor. Inspires Valor and Precision. Aura of Decay. Enemies in the aura receive stacking penalty to armor and resolve. Yes. Then, of course, we don't have a life one. But 135. Okay. And then what about this? To reduce recovery. All right, so I would put it at 165. No. 180. What is this one? Ooh, 155. What does cyclical energies do? Oh, the cooldown. Hell yeah. We'll update that one. 150 is a 156. 140. Can I do anything that adds? That's for cooldown. Mantle of Flames is 135. 185, 195, 155 for the strength. We'll update that one. Fireball is at 145. That puts it base 190. 155. Update that one. 140. 150. Update that one. 130. There's one that like makes it bounce. Yeah, that's too much. Okay. That puts it 140, 160. Yeah, okay, well, let's just update that. And what is this one? 140 for Healing Wisp. 150. 150. 185. 170. And 170. All right, so what about... That's the area, puts it 185. So I Serenity Peacock takes 145 to skip. Holy fuck! Jesus, dude. That's a lot of skinning, dude. What is your gathering at right now? I think my gathering is at like 51. Because I was gathering just a ton of shit yesterday as I was running through it. Holy shit, dude. Fucking Peacock. Does it fight back though is the question. Did it fight back? Oh, I can't edict anything over there. That's shitty. No, it's like the turkey. Okay, okay. Your harvest, yeah, your harvest is above mine then. For sure. I'm gonna go ahead and rest real quick. well, goats fight back. Fuck. I killed a couple of bison last night. Those take me a fucking hot minute to kill too. Let's go ahead and save real quick. I think we're about to get towards the actual end. We've only been live for 2 hours though. I told you guys this may be a short stream. Only because, like, I knew I was really close to the end. At least I think I am. Let me go use the bathroom real quick. I will be right back, guys. The wife is nesting right now. That phase has definitely started. We're in the 3rd trimester, so I was expecting it sometime soon, and she has definitely started. I put my backdrop down and like went to go use the bathroom, and I looked down the hallway, and there's a pile of baby clothes, and she's sitting on the floor. So it was kind of funny, not gonna lie. But I do feel better now that I went to the bathroom. Alright, so face Tunon's judgment. I really believe that this is the final quest. I really do. Alright. Oh my gosh, look at all these people. No more proceedings will be held for nobles today. The court is closed. Alright, Tunon, what the fuck are you gonna say about me, bruh? This is an outrage. We demand to be heard. He's gonna... Whoopah! This decree is not subject to deliberation. The officers will escort you all out. Oh, we're about to have some issues. We're about to have some issues.
Fatebinder, thank you for answering my summons. This could very well be the defining hour of the conquest. My headsman. His life was not yours to take.
Behind Tunon's anger, you detect a more subtle reaction, disbelief. He chose to administer his own justice and ambush me. I only defended myself. I killed him as Kairos ordered, and I stand by my decision.
I will determine if you are as loyal as you claim to be, Fatebinder. We are not finished here.
Oh shit. Wait. Are we about to fight?
You have made quite a name for yourself, Fatebinder. Stories of your deeds have spread through the tiers, and all of them have reached this court. Some actions have consequences. We will see what your actions have wrought.
I have a bunch of cooking stuff for you. Like a bunch of cooking stuff. I have strawberries too.
The court has its own charges to present and invites you to answer for yourself.
Oh, I know, dude. They are fucking quick. The court has its own charges to present and invites you to answer for yourself. Okay. Am I on trial,
Yes,
Your Honor?
And I would ready yourself to form a defense, because your testimony could augur your doom. The trial begins now. I recommend that you treat these moments with deserving gravity, as they might be your last. Don't attempt to lie or evade answers. I will judge you in the objective eyes of our Overlord. Is that understood?
Yeah.
At least your civility remains intact. You are on trial for transgressing on the Overlord's authority, breaking the laws of the Empire, bringing mayhem to an otherwise orderly conquest, and meddling in concerns that fell beyond your station. Our directive to bring Kairos' peace to the tiers has suffered, and you will answer for the part you played.
I was under your orders, bro. Like, the fuck? Fatebinder Callio, if you don't mind, Educator, we are on familiar terms with the Fatebinder here. Should any inconsistencies require our input, we will add our voices as testimony. She nods to Rogalis, and then turns to you with an unreadable expression.
The court has inquiries into your conduct. I first call your travel companions to speak on your behalf as witnesses to your character or accomplices to your crimes. Who will speak on behalf of the Fatebinder? The Ironclad Commander will step forward, if indeed he has the strength to walk.
You want me to speak, Adjudicator?
Eric's armor makes a distinct rattling sound that echoes in the court as he steps forward.
I've been treated with fairness and respect. As fine as anything the Legion ever gave me. The Fatebinder trusts my counsel. I've never seen a finer, more upstanding member of the court.
Will anyone else speak on the Fatebinder's behalf? Scarlet Fury, you who sacrificed your old life for this one, step forward.
Me? As if the likes of me has any business speaking in a grand hall before the Archon. Why, I've murdered enough folk to stack their bodies up to the podium 10 times over. Your Honor.
I love verse.
The Fatebinder and I get along like a couple of cats. We scratch here and there, but there's respect to be had. Sometimes I think we agree on too much, but can't fight everyone. I suppose I've had worse bosses, and I suppose I've had better friends. But this one's something special. I've killed for him, and I'll do it again.
Will anyone else speak on the
Dude,
Fatebinder's behalf?
This is awesome.
Let the aged chronicler step forward.
If it may please the court, I will speak true. I have had the honor and privilege of shadowing the Archon. A dream come true for someone so eager to witness history in the unfolding. I can say, with conviction, I am following greatness.
I'm glad I made all their loyalties to, very decent. And if required, I could produce my travel log to back my claims. I have noted the good with the bad, and I think you'll find the Archon has been a force of order and balance. Exactly what you should want from a Fatebinder.
Will anyone else speak on the Fatebinder's behalf?
Oh, fuck. Evidently not. The time has come for the Fatebinder to offer his testimony. The Archon of War has levied a significant accusation against you. He charges that you murdered his daughter at Sentinel Stand Keep. How do you answer for this assertion? Amelia took up arms against me. I had no choice but to defend myself. She abandoned the Overlord to fight alongside the Tearsmen. She went so far as to bear an heir to the ruling house of Stalwart. Am I to answer for every life I took during this war, Your Honor? You know what, too. I had heard murmurings of such. His mask turns almost imperceptibly towards Callio before returning its attention to you. The court thanks you for rooting out this transgression and punishing it appropriately. You entered the Old Walls, a clear violation of Kairos' law. How do you answer for this perversion of justice? Do you think yourself above the law? Circumstances took me there, not greed. The law stood in the path of justice. They were open and available for plunder. My only trespass came in pursuit of trespassers, that I might punish their transgressions. Circumstances took me there, not greed. This may bear further investigation, but the time for that has passed. I am willing to believe that your actions in the Tears took you to those forbidden places, and you saw no other option. This does not change the immutability of Kairos' law. At the city of Halfgate, you killed the garrison chorusman who lawfully claimed it. A dozen of Kairos' servants bloodied the streets in your wake. Misery and her crew were weak. I threshed the chaff from the wheat. Oh, okay. They attacked me and hence violated Kairos' peace. I defended myself appropriately. I suspected as much. A pity you could not do so without eradicating Kairos' presence in the town.
I have one final question, Fatebinder. You were brought to this campaign to adjudicate the disagreements between the two armies. After your arrival, matters quickly escalated into a civil war. Did you knowingly join the conquest of the Tears to sow discord in your wake, or were you merely a victim of circumstance?
I recognized the Archon's corruption from the start. It was only a matter of time before they turned on each other, and I was prepared for that eventuality. I joined the conquest for the glory of Kairos, but I am less certain that the Archons did for the same reason. You're not seriously weeping over a failed campaign of this backwoods land of savages. I'm gonna go with 2.
If you anticipated a failure on this scale, you should have informed me, or else worked to avoid it rather than pit combatants against each other.
Well, Fatebinder Rogalis. Truly, the wisdom of the court knows no bounds, Your Honor. Rogalis turns to you with an imperious look. Oh. What up, Milk?
I am finished with my line of questioning. Have you any closing remarks for the court?
Though I have never strived to bring peace and order... Wait, though I have ever strived to bring peace and order to the shattered region, I recognize that our work is an uphill battle, and well worth the struggle. The years have shown me that war and conflict can change the face of the tears. I am the hammer that pounds ore into the workable shape. Kairos' peace is a lie. The Overlord holds dominion because we are ignorant to the alternatives, and better, the Overlord stands before you, ready to divine justice as he sees fit. I just wanted to say that I don't recognize this court's authority to judge me. Thank you. Hail Kairos. Is that the large Archon trial? Yeah, this guy, right? Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna go with
The way
one.
you frame it, the conquest sounds like a matter of true personal investment. Most curious. After weighing the charges, this court
He's gonna say
finds
guilty,
you
watch.
innocent.
What?
Against all reason or expectation, I find you innocent. Your testimony was sufficient to justify your deeds, your self-appointed authority, and your undermining of Kairos' law. I can hardly believe it myself.
Adjudicator, are you unwell? Leave him. I want to see how this plays out.
Archon, your presentation in the court today has shaken many of my core beliefs. Things I held sacred under Kairos' law are now uncertain.
What?
I once thought that Kairos was the sole overlord. The notion of rising to her echelon of power and influence wasn't a concept that existed for me, for anyone. You have proven her wrong. What's more, you understand justice and law better than she ever did. Better than even. I am willing to accept you as my new sovereign, if you'll have me.
Dude. I accept. Together we will rewrite law and lay the groundwork for the new empire.
My gavel and my justice are yours. I will execute your laws as you draft them, show mercy as you see fit,
Yeah,
and
fuck
bring
Kairos.
to ruin all
I'm the
who
new
would
leader.
reject you. Master, if you'll join me upstairs, I will pledge fealty to you in the lawful manner.
Bam! I'm the new leader. I'm the new Kairos. They will all hail Grimster. Yes. Yes. They will all hail me. Watch me get up here and then he just fucking fights me. I'm gonna fucking save it here, dude. I didn't think I was gonna get him to be on my side. I thought he was gonna like immediately fight me and find me guilty, so apparently I did good. Unless this is like one of those normal things that happens to everybody. Which path? What do you mean, which path did I follow?
Archon, change has come to the Tiers, and in time it will reach the Empire itself. You are the agent of that change, and even I could not have predicted what impossible heights you would reach.
Oh, disfavored. Yeah, I went with the disfavored, and then I kind of went both ways on Kairos and helping the Tiers. Like, I went both ways. Most of it was me just making decisions based on the people, like whoever was in that town or that area. So if I felt like the people were good people, then I kind of, went in favor of them. If I felt like the people were shitty people, I went in favor of Kairos. So I kind of did it based upon, I guess, my own law and order and not Kairos' law. Yeah, I guess the good guy, so to say. Yeah, so he says, "Hail Grimster." I killed Bleeding Mark. I killed the Voices of Neret, and Graven Ash is underneath me now, so he follows me, and I'm assuming Tunon is technically going to follow me now.
The time has come to take up the gavel and usher in a new age of structure and law to the tiers. You will henceforth define justice for the rest of us. I will follow your lead and endeavor to follow your design.
This gesture is meaningless unless you supplicate before me. I'm going to go with your loyalty and competence are appreciated.
As the ruling Archon of the Tiers, I submit to your authority and thank you for bringing order out of chaos.
Nice. Bow to me, bitches. That's not what my character actually says to them, but yeah.
Go and represent the strength of law. Be the example the Tiers require, the force that keeps them together, and the hope for their future under one rule. Let your justice know no mercy but that which you impose.
Hell yeah, dude.
Civilization itself will bend according to your design. Never forget this.
In your playthrough, you had the Voices sentenced guilty, and Bleeding Mark teleported over to the chorus camp, teleported back with the Voices, and executed. What? I had, so Bleeding Mark sent me a missive, like a message, and stated that, even if, like, if Kairos, like, tells him to kill me, that he'll do it, and even if, Kairos gives him the choice, he'll still do it. So he wanted to kill me either way. So I essentially sent him a letter back and told him that I wanted to go to a meeting spot and essentially like face him head on, so face to face instead of him stabbing me in the back. And that's what happened. I went and faced him head on and I ended up killing him. So, and then the Voices of Neret, I went over there and ended up killing him too. I really honestly expected to
stand in your loyal service,
have to
Archon,
fight Tunon.
But there is a shadow over these proceedings.
Tunon hesitates as he regards you, suddenly fearful.
Though you have proven yourself greater than the other Archons, Kairos is not satisfied. She sends a legion of expert soldiers marching on the tiers as we speak, their war songs calling for your death.
But I have unified the tiers in Kairos' name. I do not wish war with the Overlord.
Do you think Kairos cares about your fealty?
Yeah,
you are a threat,
yeah.
A
That
challenge
makes sense.
to the Overlord's unique capacity. Coexistence will require supplication to the Overlord. If you can convince Kairos that your loyalty outweighs your arcane gifts, then perhaps further bloodshed could be avoided. I think the Overlord will entertain peace only to lull you into a sense of security, so that you may be destroyed at a later time, in a more amusing way. But recent events have shown me that I know less of the Overlord's will than I once thought.
Then perhaps striking first is the best option. An edict proclaimed on the Northern Empire should send the needed message.
Destruction on that scale might serve your purpose. The North will tremble under your forceful hand. Return to the mountain spire and see your will given shape and consequence. Show Kairos the face of true power.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Travel to the mountain spire, return to your spire in Vendrian's Well. From there, you'll be able to issue an edict to repel the armies of the Northern Kingdom. Yes, sir. Man, that's where Bleeding Mark stood, right there. He's dead, though. Because fuck that guy. You guy's terrible. You see the soldiers marching in formation on the road ahead of you. They don't seem openly aggressive, but as they come nearer, you realize that they're flying the standard of Old Stalwart. Upon noting you, the leader raises a gauntleted hand and a fist, and the group stops short. The standard bearer sinks her flag into the soil. Fatebinder, the leader calls out, extending an index finger towards you. We are the true sons and daughters of Stalwart. You may have slaughtered our regent, but you have not defeated us. So long as the blood of Stalwart runs through these veins. He slaps an open palm against his sword arm. The Overlord shall be resisted. Your blood, however, will water these roads. Die, slave to Kairos. I'm going to speak to him. Your hands near your weapons. You consider your words carefully. Hands raised and palms open, you speak to the soldiers in a practiced calm of the court of Fatebinders. Wait, what is... +2 armor? +2 wits, 2 finesse, and 2... What? You speak of their bravery, and that of the people of their homeland. The death of Stridus was a regrettable necessity to free the region from the yoke of the Edict of Storms. This cycle of violence needs not continue here today. They need not throw away their lives that would be better served helping their homeland. The squad's leader wipes his face. Perhaps you're right. Perhaps there's still work to be done in Stalwart. He looks to his fellows and nod in agreement. Farewell, Fatebinder. May we never meet again. I did not. I killed the baby. Yeah. I just fucking slaughtered the baby. And I felt bad about it, but, like... I still did it, so... Like, it is what it is at that point, right? Yeah. That happened. I know. I know. I'm that guy. Fucking... right? Yeah. Fucking sell it. Alright, let's issue an edict. The waves of energy radiating from the spire draw you forward, pressing your body and mind to its eager embrace. At the center of this tide, the resonator stands ready to broadcast your voice, echoing your commandments to the furthest reaches of the tiers and beyond. From here, the highest point in all the peninsula, you could, with the sum total of your effort, project your will far north, past the edges of the tiers, and proclaim your edict as far as the lands of the Northern Empire. This probably amounts to a declaration of war against the Overlord. Ready? Any requests? I'm the last Archon standing in the tiers. It's time to send word to Kairos. The conquest is complete. This probably amounts to a declaration of war against the Overlord. So this is it. We've come a long way since Edgering Ruins. Before this, I was nothing important. One Scarlet Course killer among thousands, but we're really doing something here. Thanks for letting me tag along. She turns to the edge of the spire, avoiding your gaze. Opportunity. I can feel it like a coaxing breeze, not since Graven Ash stood against you. Kairos, has anyone made such a dent in the Overlord's defenses? It has been an honor serving at your side. Come what may, I'm ready to face it. This is new territory for us all. You're the first to strike a blow directly at the Overlord. Make sure it counts. Hope you don't mind if I stand back and take notes. By all means, continue. If I don't show Kairos my ability to cast the edict is more than a one-time thing, the attacks will never stop. So be an open strike. Perhaps the tiers will conquer the Northern Empire. I'm going with one. Another edict to plague us. Grimster, the world has seen enough of these horrors visited upon its people, but I agree that nothing less will tip the scales. Have at it then. He nods at the resonator in the center of the spire. The spire awaits your command. So I can only assume that I'm going to be fighting up here. So, and I don't have these other 2 edicts. So I'm going to do the malediction one. Because it doesn't hurt my people at all, but it does inflict like a penalty to all the opposing people. So if I do the malediction one, I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Nuclear launch detected. Enemy AC 130 above.
The tiers have been conquered, unified at last under a single banner. Your edict brings devastation and ruin to the Northern Empire. Some believe the edict to be Kairos' work. Others hope, or fear, that this edict comes from a new voice. Kairos' forces withdraw from their march upon the tiers, as they are sent into disarray by your edict. You have brought order to the tiers, uniting the realms with the Disfavored Legion enforcing your will.
Nice.
The Overlord's conquest of the known world has come to a halt, and the whisper of a challenger to Kairos' power slowly spreads throughout the land.
Meet the new boss, same as the old boss, because he just did a fucking edict too. By casting the Edict of Malediction on the northern capital, you consign the Overlord's city to an invisible plague of misfortune and calamity. The foundations of once proud buildings fracture under some unseen pressure, and whole districts empty as the city's infrastructure crumbles. Laborers brought in to repair the damage find their work undone hours or even minutes later. Citizens leave the city a ghost town and whisper among themselves how Kairos could allow such a curse to infect their homeland. You had one job and you effed it up. As chaos ensued in the Northern Kingdom, the armies marching on the tiers received an unprecedented order. The armies were to fall back to the capital to ensure the safety of its people from the edict. For the first time in Kairos' great conquest, the armies retreated. Soon questions would be asked in a hushed breath across the lands about what new and terrible power had emerged that could force the hand of the Overlord. You fulfilled Kairos' decree, and all the tiers is now ruled by a single Archon. Your former rivals have either submitted to you or perished, bringing the civil war to a close. The Scarlet Chorus may have been mighty in numbers, but that didn't stop you from thoroughly scattering them, cutting off the serpent's head, and sending each of the gangs howling back to the chaos they sowed. How the remnants of the Horde occupy themselves without a war to fight becomes a topic for nightmares. Ooh. It was thought that the Disfavored would never rally under another general, but by enlisting Graven Ash to your cause, you managed the next best thing, controlling the Archon to harness the strength of the Northern Empire. You recognize their old-fashioned regiments with a new chain of command, placing yourself at its highest authority. The Legion's victory spread beyond count, and your soldiers train hard, preparing for the retaliation to come. Under your guidance, those who resisted the conquest and slowed discontent are vanquished. Their rebellion brought to a decisive end. Any lingering question of who is the true ruler, the tiers is answered by your impact on the reconstructed nation. Hey, it's okay. Word of your success spreads beyond the tiers as well. Even the most distant corners of the Empire whisper of the Fatebinder who rose to become an Archon, and an Archon whose intervention shattered the conquest, making way for a new future in the devastated nation. New World is going down in like 15 minutes. Downtime is going to be a few hours, they said. Yeah, I got to as soon as this is over, I had to go downstairs and clean up the dishes in the kitchen, and then I have to clean the tub for the wife because she wants to get in there and actually have a bath. So yeah, I got a couple things to do before I can even get on this afternoon. So even if it's going to be a few hours, like, that's perfectly fine by me, because I get to go eat and do all that shit too. So uniting the tiers under the banner of the Disfavored was never your directive, and yet you performed it admirably, consolidating the Overlord's forces under your rule and grooming the tiers for their place in a new order. The same people who once hurled curses across a siege soon learned to think of themselves as part of a greater whole, extending beyond their modest borders. With the Edict of Stone dispelled, the earth around the Stone Sea finally settles, leading everyone to believe the realm of Azure will return to its former glory. But the ritual used to end the edict blighted the land to such a degree that nothing will grow, no matter how hard anyone tries. With determination, some are able to start small seedlings, but nothing ever comes of it. Yeah, I blighted that land. The memory of Cairn as a great force of destruction remains as a monument in the inert rock. Most agree that the world is better off without the Archon of Stone, as the people of Azure begin to slowly reclaim the land that was once torn asunder by his power. As the strongest and oldest of their kind, the death of the Stone Stalkers is a blow to Beastman culture. Their demise also brings centuries of oral traditions to an abrupt end. The local tribes never recover from the terrible loss. Yeah, I created genocide. Yeah. I'm an asshole. With Cairn's essence preserved and the lands of Azure permanently blighted, the Earthshakers return to the Disfavored. While their reputation isn't what it used to be, their success in dealing with such a decisive blow to the Scarlet Chorus by removing their main source of food has earned back the respect of the Legion. The Earthshakers are accepted back into the ranks of the Disfavored, once again becoming part of the army that helps subdue the Tiers. With the Unbroken all but destroyed, the former citizens of Stalwart threatened to slide into lawlessness. Kairos' forces stationed at Sentinel Stand managed to quell the worst of the uprisings, but peace under the nation's new leadership is resisted at every turn. You put the last of Graven Ash's family to the sword, ensuring the end of his long and decorated lineage, though you often wonder if more could have been done to prevent the horrible deed. You don't bother yourself wondering for long. Though it takes time to recover from the devastation of the Edict of Storms, the Bladegrave begins its slow march towards healing. The realm of Stalwart may never resemble its former glory, but the land is not so blasted that something new and better can't be built atop the bones of the past. The Regent bloodline has ended with it. New traditions and legacies spring to life. Your travels never took you to the Burning Library, and this leaves the Edict of Fire undisturbed, consigning the Vellum Citadel to a future engulfed by perpetual flame. With the arcane knowledge beyond reach, the School of Ink and Quill falls into steep decline, your name becoming a curse in their embittered ranks. I never had the ability to actually go there. It was always grayed out for me. By leaving Lethian's Crossing under Disfavored command, you ensured the city's cooperation and productivity during the remainder of the conquest. The crafting of superior weapons comes to be the touchstone by which Lethian's Crossing is remembered. After the war, people speak of it as the Forge Days, when the city was a lump of unformed metal waiting to be shaped. By returning the Magebane Helm to Lethian's Crossing, you ensured the Bane would not be able to get into the city. For the time being, the threat of a Bane incursion is dispelled. The settlers are grateful to go about their lives unburdened by this peril, though knowing how close they came to annihilation haunts them. They hope that the security you provided will endure. I think I had a couple go there for some time. I think I could go there for some time, but then it got grayed out as the main story progressed. I might play this again. Only because, like, I don't want to start a long game before the 31st. Or I'll just play New World the rest of this week. I'm not sure yet. With the Disfavored left in control of Lethian's Crossing, the production of iron remains where it belongs, safe in the northern hands. The Chorus and the Tearsmen alike fight with inferior bronze, and over time, the disadvantage grows to a crippling vulnerability. Emboldened by your support, Tidecaster Wagstaff assumes the dominant role in Bastard's Wound, slowly sculpting the subterranean community into a skewed refraction of the Academy of Tides. With time, the Wound attracts a small army of students and seekers, many drawn by the old man's offer to educate any willing to toil atop the settlement's growing structures, till its small farms or take up arms against encroaching bane. Well watered, the Wound thrives. It doesn't last. As bane incursions winnow the settlement's patrols, Wagstaff takes an increasingly prominent and personal role in its defenses. For every bane the Tidecaster and his small circle of apprentices drive away or destroy with their magic, 3 more ascend from the depths. Eventually, the endless campaign overcomes Wagstaff with a massive, writhing entity of sickly green light drags him into the abyss. What? Deprived of the Tidecaster's leadership, the Wound community collapses into infighting, opening itself to further raids by the Bane until nothing remains save a few scattered artifacts of an ephemeral settlement where humans were never meant to tread. Ephemeral. Okay. By enacting an edict on Vendrian's Well, you announced your power to the world and showed Kairos' forces what you were capable of. When you defeated their leader and scattered the army before you, it sent the message to Kairos. A new Archon is born. While the edict dissipated, its effects will always be felt as the first true threat to Kairos' rule. Graven Ash continues to lead the Disfavored, this time bowing to your superior command. At first, the old general balks at your instructions, but in time, he grows to trust your judgment. Without question, working together, you bring much needed order to the lawless tiers. Killing the voices of Nerit spreads the joy of bloody vengeance across the continent. Celebrated as the death of history's greatest parasite, the occasion is marked by all who suffered under the oppression of the Scarlet Chorus. Even in victory, one thought nags you. Though you witnessed his death, you can't help but wonder if the voices of Nerit is done with you. Tunon, the Adjudicator, continues to dispense justice from his seat in the Bastard City. He follows the laws you craft to the letter, advising on any of the meticulous changes you lack the time or patience to draft. Without his aid, the task of keeping order in the tiers would be nigh impossible. The death of Bleeding Mark deprived the world of a most capable murderer. One less bedtime story to scare children is no significant loss, though you can't help but glance at the distant corners of every room and feel as if something is watching you. Bleeding Mark will always cast a long shadow in your life. Oh shit. Not content to enjoy the fruits of victory, Barrack positions themselves among the rank and file of your supporters, organizing troops around their strengths and making sure each pulls their weight. His armor clings to him as doggedly as ever, though he wears it with a straighter back and a lighter step than he did before. A team of loyal camp followers polish his plates to a respectable sheen each morning, and the smell that escapes his visor has notably improved. Medals of Valor decorate his breastplate, and adoring supporters drape garlands of flowers about his pauldrons. Life is good for the towering soldier. Burst finds herself adrift in the relative peace that follows your conquest. She returns to the field and seeks out young women from rural communities, imparting her fighting skills to only the most passionate. Over the course of many apprentices, she follows the voices of Nerit's example and forms a personal army. The Callous Sisterhood. Verse proves to be a strict teacher, and you hire her services often, confident that she'll take any assignment where there's blood to be spilled. The war between the Archons concluded. Lance returns to collecting the lost writings of the schools of Ink and Quill. He journeyed the most shadowed recesses of Tears, recovering, or at least at times liberating, those scrolls and volumes that had survived the ravages of conquest and adding them to his growing library. Yet Lantry grows increasingly uncertain on how best to record history correctly, and instead turns his focus fact-checking, critically teasing truths from falsehoods in the Sage's Chronicle or other reputed sources of fact. His free time writing becomes less obsessed with the past and more focused on the future, though his predictions rarely offer comfort. Ed remains in your company, where she seeks out promising recruits among your supporters. After recognizing some obvious talent, she takes on a team of apprentices in a new school of would-be tidecasters. Though she often jokes that the school is bound to fail with her at the helm, her students think otherwise, as do many dozens of hopefuls who come begging for her tutelage. With no desire to remain in the company of humans, Kills and Shadows returns to the wilderness and seeks out her own kind. She discovers a haggard community of beastmen who abandon the realms of Haven and Azure, only to be enslaved by Kairos' forces. Out of this rabble of defectors, she forges a tribe. Their nomadic ways, respecting no established border or law. They raid villages and caravans when possible, glutting on the spoils and boasting of their severed ties with the human world. Though a large bounty follows the tribe's wake, no human can survive the hunt for its leader. I never did anything with those two. Siren grows quiet over time, speaking little and foregoing her songs as she distances herself from your military. One day, she simply walks out of the camp and makes for the wilderness of the Tears. Rumors reach your ear that Siren has occupied an abandoned mountainside temple, her vow of silence drawing a small group of respectful followers. You leave her in peace. Though you once professed loyalty to Kairos, popular belief holds that the world cannot support two overlords, and you now represent a threat to the established order. This leaves your future in question, but with one certainty: when Kairos retaliates, you will be ready. From your perch atop the ancient spire, you can see hints of Northern Empire just beyond the mountains. At your command, horns shout a triumphant cry across the valley, heralding the end of one long campaign and beginning of another. Okay, so I guess we don't have to fight fucking... what's his face? Kairos. We don't have to fight Kairos. Well, that was a good one, guys. That was not a bad game at all, to be honest. It is fairly short, though. It's not that long. Like, it's nowhere compared to some of the other ones that I've played. Nowhere. So, that was it. That was it. That's not bad at all. What if I do, like, a new game? New Game Plus allows you to import your characters from a previous save into a new game. Only saves after game completion are eligible. So I did it on normal difficulty. I guess we'll pop that bitch up to the new one. It took me 43 hours. 43 hours! Oh, dude! You can import selected items and artifacts that you've gained reputation with from previous playthroughs. Imported items start in your stash. Why is there 1, 2, 3, 4? Oh, dude, okay. That's why, because it's the different potencies and stuff. So what's funny is I think what I would do is for my next one I would probably do a caster. So it'd be like I would grab that and then would it be wits or... Yeah, I think it would be wits. I mean, this is honestly cool as shit. I didn't know that you could immediately start a new campaign with shit that you had previous. Oh, dude, and you can redo all of your shit? So, like, it was like, hey, you did soldier already. Like... Dude, that's cool as shit. That is really cool. I would do him as shock spells for sure. And then shock and vigor? No, shock and frost. Shock and atrophy, sure. Dude, this is fucking cool though. You can respread your points. So wits would be the primary, resolve would be the secondary. Dude, this is actually really cool. Wait, what was that? Hold on. Previous, retrain. Apply attribute points gained in a previous playthrough. Sure. Okay, that's cool. So it literally just re-ups everything for me. I really want to put quickness to 19 as well. Yeah, so it's pretty much the same thing that I just did. And then we would obviously retrain here. And how many points do I have? Where is it showing my points? Oh, the experience pool. I'm gonna put it to 60. Put my magic staffs way up there too. Figure I'd do a damn whatchamacallit, a caster for my second playthrough. I really want high, like really high lore off the rip. fucking glass cannon all the way. Atrophy. Higher skill values increase the chance of hits and crits. So we're gonna go with 10 on that. And atrophy is gonna be my primary. Or lightning is gonna be my primary. So we just fucking do as much in lightning as we can. And then we would definitely do conquest. Alright, but anyway, so
all the world has fallen to Kairos. And now the Overlord's eye is on the tears.
Do New World. I was to respect and trust and
the last corner of the world free of.
I'm just fucking around real quick, so I want to see like what it would actually do in Conquest. But I am about to jump off of this, guys, so I can do some stuff. I'll probably do the Conquest and then save. Alright, so the Bastard City stood on the northern border between Kairos' empire and the Tiers, built upon a natural harbor at the crossroads between realms. So taking the city would send a message. We had already done this previous. I think we did... Oh, we did Gates of Judgment last time. The armies of Kairos took battle to the Gates of Judgment, trumpeting the opening. Yeah, we did that one last time. I think it's going to show the gold circle around what I did, so... History will remember the Gates of Judgment as the first battle of the Conquest, but the real combat unfolded with advanced units from both armies preparing for the coming war. The Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus each had a plan to infiltrate the capital city. Which army did you join? Scarlet Chorus. You joined the Scarlet Chorus as they raided villages and small towns, conscripting every able-bodied man and woman into the army. I think this is the one that I did first. You standing shield to shield with Kairos' ironclad. You advance on them. Wait, which one did I do? Because in this one, I see this. You lent your skills to the elite Disfavored scouts to capture the border garrison. Graven Ash insisted that an early victory, and then you joined the Scarlet Chorus and raided the villages and small towns, conscripting every able-bodied man and woman into the army. So I think that I did this one first, infiltrate the Tiers. Oh, yeah, it even says this option was chosen in your previous playthrough. So we're going to go to the Gates of Judgment. The army of Kairos took the battle to the Gates of Judgment, trumpeting the opening call to the conquest of the Tiers. The two armies, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, brought their distinctive senses of order and chaos into the assault. You went to battle alongside the army whose approach best suited your strengths. So we're going to do, you rushed with chaotic mass Scarlet Chorus and flanked the Bastard City's army and drove them to flee. You caught the mercenary army unprepared for the mania and disorder of the Scarlet Chorus. Your forces overwhelmed the Tiers' defenses in a few short hours, hacking and burning their way into the continent. Any mercenaries who survived the battle found themselves initiated into the Scarlet Chorus, tortured by ruthless interrogators, or made the sport of competition as the army marched ruthlessly forward. I guess it doesn't really... To judge the enemy, feeding the host. Against most optimistic projections, the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus made short work of the local defenses. They did so well that the armies quickly outpaced their supply caravans. Troops were plentiful, but the food was scarce. You had time to execute one plan. You authorized the Scarlet Chorus to send their horde out to pillage from the farms and villages, spreading the infamy of Kairos' army. Okay, so what about this one? The soldiers of the Tiers fell by the hundreds, and Kairos' army could not agree on how to handle what few survivors they dragged back to camp. Befitting your role, the commanders turned to you to decide the fate of those who occupied the prison pens There were only enough prisoners to support the plan of a single army. You gave the prisoners a chance to serve in the Kairos' army or die. The Scarlet Chorus was in need of extra troops to fill up the vanguard, and your former enemies would... Yeah, we're gonna do that. You armed cooperative ex-soldiers with scrap weapons and tossed them into the vanguard of the next Scarlet Chorus assault. Those who survived were welcome to take up the arms and armor of the fallen and eke out a desperate struggle to survive in Kairos' military. After their first victory, you rewarded the new recruits with the opportunity to execute their wounded or reluctant countrymen. The armies of Kairos amassed around the bastard city, the first bastion of the Tears to fall. Both armies longed to storm the walled outpost, the Scarlet Chorus howling for plunder and the Disfavored forming an unbreakable shield wall. Your prowess on the field of battle had carried them this far, but there was one more step before total victory. Both of the armies had inspired schemes to take the bastard city. Which do you support? You lead a mixed band of Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus scouts over the city walls to sabotage its defenses. No, we're gonna go this one. And we automatically get Searing Palm. You join the Scarlet Chorus in setting fire to the city and blocking the gates. The defenders would surrender or burn. It was passing strange to barricade the very gates you sought to cross, but it made sense when the fires began. The Scarlet Chorus sent a constant rain of flaming arrows over the walls to the bastard city. A plague that lasted through long days and tireless nights. By the end, the blaze was too much for the city and defenders to contain. Citizens crowded at the gates, pleading to be freed from their smoldering city. You and your army were too happy to oblige them when the gates opened. They opened from inside. Okay. So yeah, now we took the bastard city, and we did it with the Scarlet Chorus. I'm going to be a caster this time and go with the Scarlet Chorus. So, and then last time we went to Lethian's Crossing. This option was chosen, so we're going to go to Apex this time. The mountain nation of Apex, ruled for generations by the queens of House Vendrian, stood at the heart of the Tears. No army could bypass the landlocked realm without leaving their flank exposed to attack. By the second year of the war, the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus had pushed deep into the Tears. Elements of both armies were dispatched to conquer Apex. Tunon assigned you to accompany them, tasked with bringing Kairos' law to the territory as well as keeping an eye on both armies. Found a 2-star fishing spot. Nice, dude. So, I think I chose this one last. Oh, no. Actually, I didn't choose any of these, because the Battle of Edring Pass and the Denial of Strength. A school of water mages, loyal to the Tearsmen, posed a substantial threat to the Disfavored. Wished to annihilate the school, while the Scarlet Chorus insisted on capturing the mages, wishing to learn their craft. Battle of Edring Pass. The Disfavored sent their most destructive ally to crush the Edring Fort. Cairn, Archon of Stone, buried the stronghold under an avalanche triggered from the surrounding mountains. The Scarlet Chorus were promised captured enemies for their recruitment, yet none survived the onslaught. The chorus demanded compensation. I'm actually going to go here, and I'm going to do this. You sided with the Scarlet Chorus, ordering the mage elders taken alive for interrogation. Though countless lives were lost taking the mages into custody, the Scarlet Chorus praised your name as they dragged the beaten elders of the school to the voices of Nerit's tent. As a wave of screams and incoherent pleas reached their crescendo, the Scarlet Chorus soldiers outside cheered for their Archon. The Disfavored adjourned to their camp in grim silence, claiming the chorus lacked the will and desire to fully wipe out all traces of the enemy school. Ooh! Poisoning the well. A captive captain. When Kairos' forces captured a celebrated enemy hero, the armies bickered over his fate. The Disfavored wanted him set free to convince his peers of Kairos' mercy. Scarlet Chorus wanted him flayed and staked as an example. You executed the captain, and had his remains fashioned into a terrifying display. Fear was the Scarlet Chorus's most compelling weapon, and you knew that its impact would resonate across Apex's army. Okay. Hoping to break the siege, Scarlet Chorus agents poisoned the Apex water supply in secret. Days later, uninformed Disfavored scouts died of illness. Outraged by the failure to communication, the Disfavored demanded that the Chorus agents be turned over to them for punishment. You denied the complaint. Tragedies happen in war, and the act was not targeted with intent at the Disfavored. The reality was more honest than the satisfaction of the Disfavored wanted. So we're going to go here, and we're going to flay the commander. Against the better wishes of tradition, mercy, or even good taste, you had the enemy captain drawn and quartered by a team of enthusiastic Scarlet Chorus butchers. Once the prisoner was disassembled, the butchers took great pleasure in reassembling his parts with stitching, cloth, and wooden poles, fashioning a crude totem of disorder. They mounted him on a hillside, where the warning of the grim spectacle haunted all who passed. Days of watching their captain's body rot in the sun weakened the resolve of Apex defenders. They reached out to Kairos' forces and sued for peace. Hesitant that such an arrangement would be honored, given the brutality of your conquest, how did you orchestrate the surrender of the enemy? Taunting the Queen of Apex into striking you under a banner of truce, you baited the Queen of Apex into a duel and slew her, frightening her vassals into submission. Oh yeah, we're gonna do that. The Scarlet Chorus urged you to show the Overlord's strength by any means necessary. During peace talks, a well-placed insult goaded the Queen of Apex into striking you. You responded to the slight by challenging her to a duel. Though the Queen was skilled in battle, your field experience outmatched her court training, and as her body lay cooling on the ground, you demanded that her followers kneel before the Overlord's banner. Unable to rise above the fear of the moment, the remaining leaders capitulated, surrendering the valley to Kairos' forces. Yeah, we're gonna go straight evil on this second playthrough, dude. And I'm gonna back the Scarlet Chorus at each turn. So last time we went Vellum Citadel, Kairos dispatched the Archon of Stone to subjugate the nation of Azure. With its easily defended position and rich military tradition, the realm of Stalwart was the most formidable realm in the tiers. We're gonna go there. Okay, so yes, I'm choosing shit completely different than last playthrough. The realm of Stalwart was best known for its proud army, disciplined, courageous, and undefeated on their home soil. Skill and resolve made Stalwart a military power that Kairos' forces approached with due caution. With its southern position, Stalwart had been largely safe from war, watching for 2 years as its neighbors fell to Kairos' forces. On the dawn of the third year of war, Kairos' forces were finally poised to invade the Stalwart Peninsula and subdue the tier's most vaunted army. Okay, marching on empty, the Stalwart defenders burned their crops as they retreated, leaving the invaders little to forage. Starving, the Scarlet Chorus mob raided the Disfavored's well-maintained supply lines, incurring casualties on both sides. By your command, the Disfavored shared their provisions. The thieves each lost a hand for treachery. Alright. A contentious setback. After a defeat at the hands of the enemy, the enemy defenders, the Scarlet Chorus accused the Disfavored of recklessness. The Disfavored claimed the Scarlet Chorus brought too few soldiers to cover their flanks. Both armies refused to march until you give a ruling order. Lacking proof that the Scarlet Chorus recruits were negligent, you punished the Disfavored commander for his failure and for bringing charges without evidence. We're going to go with this one, and we're going to go with Scarlet Chorus. Scarlet Chorus commanders argued that the Horde was starving. Being the largest of Kairos' armies, they were also the least provisioned. The men were wrong to steal, but the Disfavored were equally wrong to withhold supplies from their allies. You agreed with the Chorus versions of events and ordered that the Disfavored supplies be shared. The thieves themselves would be punished with loss of hand and return to the front lines. The Disfavored found this a sickening aberration of justice and surrendered their supplies with grudging acceptance. The Beasts of Stalwart. Scarlet Course mages discovered a spell to turn beastmen slaves against their handlers. The army prepared to deploy this tactic elsewhere, but the Disfavored protested. The use of unsanctioned magic practices ran contrary to Kairos' law, and beastmen were considered too erratic to be relied upon, even as shock troops. He approved the Scarlet Course's new innovation, and ruled the technique an acceptable use of wartime magic. Better dead than red. Rather than submit to Scarlet Course conscriptions, conquered locals began committing suicide, desperate to add more bodies to the horde. The Scarlet Chorus demanded a portion of disfavored prisoners. The disfavored denied the right of recruitment, as the realm's population had taken a steep decline. You refused the disfavored request and allowed the Scarlet Chorus to continue recruitment. Additionally, you ordered that the disfavored camp slaves be given to the Chorus to make up for the losses suffered. I'm gonna go with this one. Better dead than red. There was no need to coddle the Tearsmen. If Stalwart lacked in peasants to work their fields, then families would be relocated from other parts of Kairos' empire. The details weren't important. All that mattered was bringing the war to a close in a decisive victory at any cost. To recompense the Scarlet Chorus their losses and to punish the disfavored for their short-sightedness, you ordered a score of slaves conscripted into the ranks of Kairos' military. The disfavored didn't appreciate losing good haulers to the Scarlet Chorus, but you argued that no one was telling them how to conduct their war. The disfavored carved a slow, steady path into the heart of Stalwart and surrounded the enemy's massive fortress. With the main bulk of their forces defeated, the enemy leadership retreated to their mighty fortress, content to wait out the war. The Overlord answered this impudence with an Edict of Storms on the peninsula, a devastating spell that would endure for as long as the cowardly hearts of the Stalwart's leaders persisted in beating. Knowing before anyone else that the edict would occur, the voices of Nerit lobbied for you to deliver the mighty incantation. Aside from being given a 3-day window to read the edict, you received no other instructions. In an attempt to integrate themselves with the people of Stalwart, the Scarlet Chorus insisted that warning be sent to the towns and villages so that the people may prepare for horror. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Kairos' wrath was intended for no cowardly regions of Stalwart. For the cowardly regions of Stalwart. But those unfortunates swept up in the calamity of their leadership. A warning in advance of the spell would give the locals time to prepare for the devastation to come. You were content to let punishment fall on the innocent as lightly as Kairos' will allows. Comforted that you might yet spare lives, you broke the seal of Kairos' Edict of Storms and read the Overlord's incantation. So we still get the Edict of Storms over here. I was hoping that if I came over here, we didn't get that edict. The clear sky darkened as you read the final words of the edict. A flurry of wind and rain whipped through the rolling plains and craggy canyons, turning rocks, uprooting trees, and hapless soldiers into hazardous shrapnel. Armed with a measure of foresight, you were able to remove yourself from the area before the storms grew more violent. Over time, nearby communities told of cyclones consisting of thousands of soldiers' worth of limbs, spears, armor, and skulls. What's more, the weather showed no sign of dissipating. Several units of Disfavored who fought the enemy in spite of the advancing storm were caught up in the Overlord's magic. A few survivors regrouped and nursed their wounds. Their failure to topple the Stalwart Legion shamed them into believing the dead more fortunate. The name Stalwart fell from use. People took to calling it the Blade Grave, for the remade landscape festooned with iron and bronze armaments of two once great nations. As Kairos' forces departed, you spared a glance back at the ruins of Stalwart, marveling at your work. You didn't have long to rest before Tunon called you into service once more. So that was 3 completely different outcomes. 3 completely different outcomes from the first game. and now I am a caster versus a melee character. So Barrick...
The year is 431, and Kairos' invasion has shattered all major opposition in the tiers. The Younger Realms, the Bastard Tier, the Free Cities. All who defied Kairos lay broken by battle, or bowed in surrender. The two armies of the Overlord, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, now control our lands.
Okay.
But our will is not yet extinguished. Not entirely. In the Valley of Vendrian's Well, those of us unwilling to bow to Kairos have banded together in defiance. Violating an oath of surrender from 2 years prior, we have staged a bloody uprising, murdering the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus garrison in a midnight assault. With their main forces spread across the tiers, the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus redeploy to Vendrian's Well to crush the resistance. But months pass with no definitive battle. As disagreement and discord paralyze the Archons, we bide our time and wait for our message of insurrection to spread across the tiers. The Overlord is not amused, and Kairos has one message for the Archons: crush the Oathbreakers or die. Kairos backs this threat with an edict, a magical commandment that can slay all in the valley should the order be ignored. The honor of proclaiming this edict fell to you. Sent across the mountains to Vendrian's Well, you carry the Overlord's edict to read before the Archons. As you finally make your way through the winding mountain passes into the valley, the ground trembles, and Kairos' magic seals the way behind you. You are trapped in Vendrian's Well, with Kairos' armies and the Oathbreakers. The only way to survive is to fulfill the terms of the Overlord's edict, in any way that you can.
Alright, so we're gonna save it here, and call it a night, man, or call it a day. Wait, who is this? Oh. In New Game Plus, you can unlock reputation abilities earned in your previous playthrough without first meeting the requisite reputation. To unlock these, open the reputation screen. The available abilities will be outlined in gold, and the number you can unlock is displayed in the bottom of the reputation interface. The number of abilities you can unlock increases with each subsequent playthrough. Well, that sucks. We'll talk about it here in a second. Alright, I'll look at all this later. So we'll save. Save. Yeah, hold on. We'll talk about it in a second, dude. Alrighty, guys. That was that for today. We're going to end it on that note of me finishing the last campaign. We are going to start it again as a spellcaster this time around, and have somebody else as the tank. So yeah, that's about that, man. And I will be back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. This is a bit of a shorter stream only because we ended up finishing the game early. So I do appreciate you guys hanging out, man. I will catch you guys tomorrow. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you.